Oi, oi, good to see you back, guys. FEB Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtkes in the house. Good to see you all, guys. Wiggly squiggly flat thumbs. Oggy to Lee, Flat Earth British subscriber. Yeah, back. I'm back. My God, I went away and got back alive. That was absolutely fantastic. Super happy about that. Got reset. Super happy about that. Yeah, never died. It was brilliant. I've learned loads about myself in the last week or so. Yeah, I have. I've literally had a life-changing experience. The place where I went was really odd, actually. My dreams, while I was there, I was having really good night's sleep, and my dreams were just like the best. You know, like for clarity, they were like either when I was a kid or when I was in the merch. It was just away from all of that noise and confusion and civilization. In fact, it was way away from civilization. It was really remote and a sort of village environment. So I got like frustrated along the way in the week because I come from the land of song. I come from God's country where God's people live, Wales. So I'm used to an environment of friendliness, openness, hugs and love, because this is what the world would be like if Wales ruled the world. It would be a world of love. And we have song in our hearts. This is how we are here. But unfortunately, that just didn't go down well. My happy, bubbly personality died on its ass in Portugal, unfortunately. It was very like Texas in a lot of ways, hot. But it was also like my visit to socialist Poland back in the day. It was very, very controlled place. Very beautiful, but the people looked absolutely petrified to interact with us for some reason. That was not on the cards. So I'm not saying that they were rude in any way. They just give you the fuck off tablet when you try to speak to them. It was awful. But that's just the world we live in. And obviously not everywhere is friendly, lovely, or Wales. I appreciate that. And people got their own customs and traditions. And if they're antisocial, well, that's just fucking fine. That's not bothering me one bit. Now I know, and I've learned. Okay, now I've learned. And I got shared a lot of secrets, some of which I probably wouldn't be able to tell you on YouTube, especially with the current weirdness that's going on. I think I was thinking about this week, how jolly chuffed I am with you all. And well done as well to you all for keeping sane and surviving Armageddon so far in the way that you have. Remember, since 2020, we run a happy little camp here on Flat Earth British where we kept the vibration up. I never talked about all the weirdness going on in the world. Now, in the last week or two, I don't know whether you've noticed, but the whole world went to shit in a handbag, didn't it? They've got a new form of terrorism they can get us with, which is switching all that shit off. So make sure to have some spare cash around the house if I were you. I was abroad when that happened. Unfortunately, it did impact my journey home because everything went to shit in a handbag, as you know. And of course, the day we went away, Trumpski did a bango, didn't he? So that's been really funny, you know, to watch the outcome of the week's events. It is a shit show, unparalleled. I'm into it. I'm actually enjoying it right now. Some weird, I don't know, fucking Stockholm syndrome thing going on. I'm actually enjoying the shit show. Long may it play, but I got a feeling that it's not going to play for very long. They're ramping it up and it's getting silly, isn't it? It's all getting silly. The whole paradigm that they rolled out after 2020 is out of our control, I'm afraid. That shit's going to happen whether we like it or not. So it's no point crying about it because all of this weirdness and this shit's going to be happening when we're gone anyway. And all this weird shit and all of this control and all of that was happening before we arrived as well. So it's just that, isn't it? But when you get to a certain age and you recognize the patterns and you get the game, The secret is, I think, is not to energetically connect with anything that is bad origin, bad information, moany fuckers. Oh, I'm ill. You all got to hear about it. Them ones, yeah, because you don't want to really, that's not making them better. Telling you they're fucking ill, is it? Oh shit! Do you know Microsoft is such a? Am I allowed to say this? A tlunt. In the Welsh language, a C is represented by a double L. So tlunts. They are tlunts. I love a Billy. So welcome to you all. I'm going to extend my rant and my learnings. So I've learned, this week, I feel quite proud of myself. I feel quite proud of Cheryl as well. I feel quite proud that we were doing the best we could and being the best people that we could, and trying to find out something about this place. And we went to, don't ask me why or how, because it's still a mystery to myself. But I ended up in the ends of Earth, or the ends of the world, or the place that was regarded as the end of the world until the 1500 by the Portuguese, which was near Cape St. Vincent on the far southwestern edge of the Iberian Peninsula in Portugal, in the Algarve. We discovered a lot. We discovered what the people who live there think about the history. We discovered the completely eradicated history of that region of the Algarve, Sagres, all that region is just got a more Hollywood, Smithsonian style narratives in place, very limited, all repeating. So it's all just bullshit. And the people who live there think so too. I'll explain all along the way in this post. Some of the discoveries that we have made that I am able to share with you on YouTube, because of the nature of YouTube at the moment. Okay. Like they're deleting videos every other day. It's just bonkers. It's very beautiful in a very strange way. No, it is literally paradise. But if to me, that's because I live in Britain. If you live in paradise, you're going to be tripping the like fantastic. It's going to be Carla Moran and fucking dancing all day. In my head, yeah. It was Sadgrass. Everyone had a face like a smacked ass. So I don't know what to say, people in Britain, yeah, we got it like 10 times harder and fucked up, state of affairs in Britain. But we still got a smile on our face and we're still happy to be happy, and be people. God, I got told off loads for not abiding by the rules. Shirt off rules. Yeah, like that. That's like, that don't go down well with me. People's dietary requirements, odd ones, things like that. There's all sorts of oddness going on in that place. But I've learned a lot. So, Corinne, excited to hear about his trip. Well, the Starfort, well, that was a mind blow. It felt nauseous to both of us going in there. It felt a bit like the vibration was off. But as soon as you got out of the Starfort onto the peninsula itself, the vibration got a lot better. So I started to use some psychic abilities to try and home in on what had happened there. And the narrative is for this region that it was the slave trade, okay? But apparently everybody was at it. The Arabs, they was like, way ahead of everybody else on the old slaving. The whites were slaving whites, and everybody was slaving everybody back in the old days. And apparently a shit ton went out of this region, Logos and Sagres. So they show you in the museum there pictures of hideous pictures of slaves in ship's bowels being taken off to the New World to be treated like shit. And that's not the buzz I got. I never got that buzz. I don't think, like, I've never seen gladiators being killed in my mind when I was in the Colosseum. Like that, I didn't see people being dragged up that ramp off to the Americas, screaming and upset. I didn't have that buzz whatsoever. I got the storeroom buzz for a load of shit coming in off ships is what I got, because that's what it exactly looks like. It's a dock of some sort. like the end of the Silk Road, bringing in the stocks. So was the slave trade, as they say, or is it just a narrative? Well, here in Wales, in South Wales, we have the Bristol Channel. In the old days, they used to call this the Bristol Road. And they said in the narrative that you could smell a slave ship coming up out of Bristol and going off to the Americas, because they were in tears and they were all had to stay in the place, and all of the urine and excrement all went through deck to the bottom ones who drowned in it, apparently, according to the narrative. See, any photographic evidence of this would be really good. I don't think that is a thing. I'm actually thinking, like, with them telling us that we like to war and stuff and bomb the fuck out of one another, bomb innocent people and stuff like that, which we obviously don't, because that is psychopathic. Maybe the going off to the neighboring village, stealing all of them people and bullying them, enslaving them, and taking off to a foreign place to work for you, maybe that is not true either. I'm not feeling vibrationally that humanity would do that to other humans. Admittedly, they tell us that there's trafficking and slave trades in a modern day, but not to the extent of occupying an entire country or continent full of apparent slaves. But this was for the whole of the Americas. So my mind's not convinced that this is a real narrative, actually, because of how evil they are. And how good we are, and we wouldn't do that shit. We definitely wouldn't do none of that here in Wales, because we know that that is just psychopathic again and unkind. So is that really the nature of humanity, just to do psychopathic things like warring and slaving and gladiatorial things in the classical era? Or is it just a narrative to program consciousness into the back of your mind to think that you're like that when you're not? That's more in line with what I think's going on. They're using the language to program you, neuro-linguistic programming sigils all over the internet at the moment. You've got to be really quick to spot them, though, but they're definitely increasing and ramping up on that, especially these AI videos. They'll get right in your fucking banner. They will. I'd watch them if I were you. But that's, you do you, boo. I'm just saying. That's my advice. So I've learned a lot in the last 2 years. I've traveled a lot of the world, searching for an answer to, but, when you want an answer, it's really good to have the question to begin with. And the question was, what is all this shit? And that's what I wanted to know. And enhance my relationship with God, the creator, is something else I wanted to do, and find out what's going on with all of that thing. Okay, the spiritual process that we are going through, or I'm going through. Again, that might not be you. You do you, boo. I'm doing that. So, yeah, I went to Sacred. Let me share some stuff. You too, Max. You too, song. Programming. Yeah, look, I just don't think that... Look, can you imagine that? Like, we'll all go over to the next village, steal all of, mistreat everyone and steal everybody and take them off to work for us. Yeah, like, what the fuck ever. I just can't believe it, guys. I don't think that we do it. No one I know thinks in these ways. No one I know in the world thinks in these ways. Oh, yeah, let's go and drop bombs on poor people. I don't know anybody in my reality that would want that, except for them, apparently, that do it, apparently. Hijack consciousness. Tell us we're something we're not. That's what they do. Well, fuck that. Fuck that for a game of soldiers. Being a slave, Mr. Obvious. Okay, let me highlight that. Being a slave in America back then might have been better than now. Well, I've read there's all sorts of conflicting narratives concerning slavery. They weren't allowed to be like sexually oppressed or anything. Apparently, if they say no, it's no. Apparently, they had a better. The Arabs apparently had a better care program on their slaves. Apparently, if you surrender and say, I'm going to be Islamic, they lay you off. Yeah, then you get tortured or fucking anything. They say, oh, all right, then you're in then. So all you got to say is that. Like, so that's an easy cop out, really, isn't it? You just say it, you know, and you're all right. So, and apparently they let go of their slaves after 9 years. Okay, right, not buying that either. So my mother had a different version of events for that story, but again, I wouldn't be able to share it on YouTube. It might be wrongly construed. So Donna Hughes, there's a nice Welsh name you got there, Hughesy. You're in Ohio. Ohio. Lovely song by Neil Young. Okay. And Spallerine's in a house, Stu. So yeah, lot to cover in this. I'm going to go through some of the stuff that we found, and some of these. We're going to talk about fog. Fog. We're going to talk about fog. Yeah. Now we've all seen John Carpenter's The Fog, haven't you? Yeah. We know that fog is just weird, isn't it? It comes in from the sea. Mull of Kintyre, a mist rolling in from the sea, with faces in it. He didn't say that, but that's what he meant. So there's a thing about the mist. There's a thing about the fog. And we're going to talk about the fog in this, okay? Because I met a Portuguese person, Diogo. Diogo. Yeah, Diogo. Or Diego. Yeah. I was trying to say the word by spelling it out in my mind then, and that didn't work. That's dyslexia. Diego shared with me some information concerning Portugal. I've picked up loads, read all about the Portuguese Inquisition. Yeah, they were like the fucking Harlem Globetrotters of Inquisition. I mean, they were shit hot. Spain, Spanish Inquisition. You got to be careful in case they burst through the door. We've all seen that sketch, haven't we, on Monty Python? The Spanish Inquisition never had nothing on the Portuguese. They were bumping people off left, right, and centre. Whoever came into the country took over, wasn't happy with the nice ways of the Gnostic peoples living there, and they, you know, murdered them all. So I think it was been like massive genocides covered up as well in all of this. Yeah. And I think that the population of America was not shipped from Europe or slaved Africa. I think the population of America was already there because that world was already there. That is the old world. They just got fucked up with Armageddon. Like Sagres hasn't got an old building there. Not one. Everything looks like a shit out of nowhere. Look like a movie scene. And do you know why? Because they say that the 1755 event took out all the Algarve coast. Oh yeah, even Brazil had a tsunami in the 1755 event. This event was so big, there was even a 10-foot tsunami in Cornwall, an island from the event we're going to talk about now that took out Lisbon in 1755. The third biggest city in Europe, 200,000 people lived there at the time, 70,000 people, bigger death count than Hiroshima and Nagasaki. 70,000 people killed. And apparently the water all funneled up into the water that is behind Lisbon. And there was a tsunami from behind and in the front, but 2 earthquakes. One for only a minute or so, one for only a few seconds, which devastated the city. But people who lived there didn't really know what was going on, because I've read some sort of independent statements, because they couldn't see what was going on beyond the fog or the smoke or the debris or the dust of what was going on. So my friend who I met in Portugal said or suggested that they've bumped off loads of people for this information, that Lisbon was not actually a natural event, but a physical attack by the British Navy, apparently, who were docked or anchored off of Lisbon, and he suggested that they destroyed it with cannon fire. Well, if they did destroy the city and turn it to dust, think that they used something more in line with the Flash-A's technology. But anyway, apparently the Portuguese were having to give the English half of their gold that they were earning after some narrative. And then they bombed the shit out of them, which they did a lot anyway, didn't they, apparently? So did that happen? Any photographs? Any proof? Not really. Any limited information on the internet? Yes, highly limited information on the internet. There are some paintings and engravings to sort of show this is all true. This place, this Starfort we went to, it gave me the impression of going to where was that place in New Mexico? We went to a fort. Pablo.
San Pecos or
Pecos National Monument. Went there, right? And the thing was built on concrete slab. It was fake as fuck. So I give me the impression of just fake as fuckness. It had no ornament. It had no decoration. It had just, I don't know. And if the thing was supposed to be almost destroyed in the 1755 event, the Starfort of Sagres, I mean. Again, I feel that there was something going on there, something strange with the magnetics, my dreams. And they've been the same since I come back. It's like switched something on in my head and it's still there now. Really strange. But yeah, it's something to do with the dreams. Apparently, a lady we met there, she said, an American lady, that the fishermen there share collective dreams. And I very well believe it. That place is just so away from everybody that the ether's clear from all of that chatter and all that fucking noise. It's beautiful. Your head's clear and you just could think clearly. You can get into a better state, you know. But it really did make me, because I'm like super OCD and I need things to do constantly, like a child fiddling all the time. I fiddle with stuff all the time. I can't keep my hands fucking still. I had never had that there, so I was confronted with myself, which was like, oh shit. I can't like act up or play, here because nobody wants to play here. So I did natural things like go to the water and walk on the beach. But yeah, I was a bit bored. Because I like to do stuff constantly. I've got things to do, Fiddle with. So yeah, not buying that. So thank you, Hippie Shake. Yeah, welcome everybody. It's been a really unusual week. I don't know what's happening in America land with all of that weirdness. I hear that it's all going to be just a clusterfuck coming up to the election for you all anyway. Hey, Bob Sykes is in the house. And it's all just, as we can see, or as we've seen, a rather enjoyable movie. Some of these videos have been made of the assassination attempt of lovely Orange Trumpsky. They've been really enjoyable. I thought it was really cool. I think I've been really enjoying all of it, actually. So, at least something's happening ahead of the big one, which is on the horizon, as we know. I'm expecting a big UFO to land, and the platform comes down, and Trump goes up the platform, and he's like, thanks for all the fish. So long, and thanks for all the fish. And his wife will be going, take me with you. And like, no, they got green women where I'm going. So he's off to the land of green women, which is not up there, because that space is fake. It's out there somewhere. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be talking about this crazy event. I'm going to share screen right now. Is Joe Biden dead? You can buy them rubber masks. I wouldn't like to state one way or another if he is, or if he isn't. I don't actually know about stuff to do with anything really. Want to be busy? I gotta be busy, John Wick, man. It's just like, yeah. So yeah, I had we stayed in we was on we went on an economy holiday. I stayed in a dirt cheap Airbnb, and they had a hammock outside. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a go with a hammock. So we had this German guy stay in the next room, right? He was okay, It's a German guy, isn't it? So I'm having a little lay on my hammock like this, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I had a cigarette, so I got up to out it in the ashtray on the table, and by the time I doubted my cigarette, German Herman guy had jumped into my fucking hammock and literally occupied it. And it made me giggle because I thought it was really indicative to their behavior in the past. It's like, I'm having it, I'm taking it over. So I thought, like, shall I have like a little, British Empire versus Germany World War III thing go on right here, right now? Or should I be the better person and walk the fuck off. So I did. I just let him have it. Yeah. No. Look, turn the other cheek, right? That's just going to get you fucked up. I don't do that. I'm not Amish. Okay. Turn the other cheek means, yeah, mind your own business, let them get on with it, and you do you, boo. That's what that saying means. Okay. It doesn't say, oh, let someone come up, steal your shit, and fuck you up, yeah, while you stand there. It doesn't mean that. It means you can fuck that fucker up, is what it means. It's just mind your own business and you do you, because that's the best. Everyone should just leave everyone else fucking alone instead of butting in. The internet, I notice people butt into people's personal lives on the internet. There's something fucking going on with that. It's like, have you got a life of your own? Oh, right, no. So it's obviously not. So we're going to look into some Kircher pictures later of 1667, a year after a reset, 666, the Sabbatean reset, as you know, by Kircher. And they're mental. They're mental to think all of that is going on, apparently, in the real world. And loads of images and whatever we're going to get through today. I'm going to try my best to be back for a flatter day. I'm back early today because it's been like 10 days since I posted, and it's like, you know, I need to post. I need to get my YouTube presence present. Hi, Marianne. Good to see you, Sweetness Angel. And Margaret's in the house. Moonspell Conception Opera album, of the wave. So yeah, I seen the tsunami wave in my mind when I was probably about 12. I think so. I've been listening to Led Zeppelin actually, and I just seen it in my mind. I've seen coming from the west, the biggest tsunami you've ever seen. So according to this narrative that I'm going to show you now, we were getting like really big earthquake events and really big tsunamis up until recent days, but not apparently nowadays, not in this region. So I wonder why that is. Technologies, no doubt. In my mind at all. Protect yourself and do good works. Well, that's what we're doing. Enhancing or hardening my golden aura of protection, because that is definitely needed in this spiritual warfare that is happening in the medium of YouTube and in the world in general. Okay, because we're really up against it. You know, my heart bleeds for you guys. I don't know how you put up with it. We got our families to put up with all of their belief systems, and it is detrimental to them, and we know it, and we can't do nothing about it. We got that to put up with. You know, it's been just 10 types of crazy for too long now, and they're on about doing all sorts of more crazy. They're just fucking, and this outage thing, you think they're not going to pull that shit again? That was Mr. Testo. They're testing it, guys, yeah? No ATMs, just fuck everyone around. And they did it on the busiest holiday weekend in the UK. So that was just to limit the numbers and ramp the prices up. So, what's happening, Joke? Oh, I'm happy you caught alive as well. What's that? Yes, thank God. Yeah, right. So let's be grateful for 420, for good bud. Thank God for being here. Praise be. That's how I feel today. And thank everybody for just being alive. Is that Goldie? Goldie, you the one that went out with Bjork? I was watching a Bjork video. I don't want to say this out loud, but I think Bjork got more going on in her dress than she should have had. On human behavior video, and she's in New York. She's flouncing up and down on a lorry truck bed. And I don't know. I think there's more going on. Might be just material bulge, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah, see, this is it. The internet, right? Like, I don't give a, I can't do nothing about it. Like I said, it's all going to happen without me or with me, so it doesn't matter anyway. But it is wired towards the negative, and it sucks people in and fucking negative portals of bullshit forever. And it's not a healthy environment, is what I find. I'm starting to, I've been in this game for like fucking 10 years now, and I'm starting to cut off all of that fucking stuff that I got to deal with on YouTube. That is hurting my soul. I can't believe how fucking ugly people can be to me. and how the whole thing is set up. Yeah, which it is. YouTube is nothing more than a money-making venture. People not even fucking come into it. Okay. And the feelings of people. You know, people just shoot their mouth off. They don't give a fuck because they're sat in their houses and they don't think about people's feelings. So I've come to this period in my life now, because I'm getting on a bit, that I don't want to do that anymore in my life, all that negative connections. So come to this channel, I'm going to talk about positive subjects. I know they're not too popular, but I will talk about the reset of civilization and the fact that everybody could shortly get killed. That's a joke. No. Positivity above all, because that's where, you know, it's really difficult to keep, you know, do you laugh in Armageddon? You know, it's not really, you know, it's difficult for everybody. So what you do, we try our best to keep laughing. We try our best to keep the vibration up, and that's how we win. That's how we win, guys. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. Disconnect from all of that negative wank, drama llama, because I don't do that, because I'm a bloke. Blokes don't actually do that shit. And just fucking all off and do me, you. Keep on going. Yeah, there you are. See if I survive another decade on YouTube. I'm learning what you can say on YouTube and what you can't. I'm learning good. So let's have a look at this apocalyptic event. One of the worst in European history. There was a few other really bad events that happened in the past. In the Mediterranean region, there was an earthquake and tsunami in Istanbul. There was one in Greece and a big one in Messina in Italy and others. So the Mediterranean region over the last 500 years has been completely wrecked by all accounts. So went here. I'm very pleased I got to see this place. They had a museum in there full of like Smithsonian. I'm surprised they didn't have dinosaurs in there, but it was all the narratives, you know, that they go in with. Actually, on the engine, I was a circular building, so it proves it's not old at all. They cover blowholes that blow air from the sea that's underneath this, apparently. Very unusual phenomena. But if you notice, the Starfort is only facing inland. It's not facing outwards, so you can presume that the cliffs would give it protection. But we noticed there's a ramp thing going up the side here, and it'd be nothing for one of those large Spanish galleons to just dock here and run a line here and load this place up with stock and stuff coming from the Americas and vice versa, stuff going out to the Americas. And these things, these battlements that they had, they look like something you just put a rope around and they hold it, because I've actually, you know, seen ones that look like that. So it's on a natural rock, and they say that it's a defensive fort. Now, just give me a second. They reckon that at some period in time, it was taken over by the Knights Templar, the natives, the people there tell you. But nothing in the narrative to tell you the Knights Templar had this place. Except for Knights Templar emblem over the entrance. But you can't find anything online about it. They won't tell you nothing about it. I think it's more in line with protecting goods, like they would with the Great Wall of Rome, and the one western extremity of the Silk Road, bringing all the stuff from the New World, which is the Old World, America. So yeah, it was obviously a very beautiful place, really hard to get to, by the way, but the sea's blue and it was hot, and Britain hasn't been, but his today. So yeah, and that we had to basically climb down to the beach because the town is up in the air, above it all, above the sea. And in there was a museum of old maps, old Mappamundi, which were all out of sight for us, unfortunately. Were they originals? I can't imagine that they would, but it was a museum. Mappamundi, all 1400s, showing the world without America. America's not on there in any of these maps. And we've looked at this on Flat Earth British before. It is an upside down map. If you look at this, this is the Mediterranean here, excuse me, and this is Italy, this is Spain, and this is Africa. So all the maps at that period are upside down. And you notice the circles, each corner. Now I know they're doing like, you know, waxing and waning on there, celestial motion there, etc. But they are, in fact, 4 angels, which we'll always get on these maps, the 4 angels. So apparently they got like a virtual thing that explains the Starfort and the bogus history. Now what they tell you is it was built by Henry the Navigator. Only the people are there. They're like the people in Nottingham that say, oh yeah, Robin Hood. Well, that's a load of bullshit, isn't it? Well, they're the same there. They're like, and there's even narratives online which will say, no, there wasn't no sea school here. But Vasco da Gama didn't get like all clued up here. The navigators didn't go from here. And apparently in Lagos, there's a slave market there set up by Henry, the navigator. Again, there's some, you know, people disputing that if Henry was even there at all. But it's the only narrative for the area. It's like nothing else ever fucking happened. But this thing is supposed to be wiped out in the Tsunami 1755. Now, this is Knights Templar. So there is Knights Templar evidence in there, but not in the official narrative. They're hiding something. So I think whatever happened there, I think I'm still going to learn. There's a church inside, really old, with massive doors, and some of it, the size of it, it really does look like, you know, this place might have been occupied by giants. Really, the door was just massive. And why would you protect that little church? Apparently, Henry built this church to pray for sailors, and there's weird magnetic anomalies along the top of this Starfort. Now, I would have loved to been able to show you. I've got a video that's going to have for flat a day, but it's got to be edited and stuff. The wind noise up here was nearly impossible to record, unfortunately. I know wind socks, I know all of this, but you know, I've just got a phone. I need to get some recording gear for boots on the ground stuff is what I need to do. But this fort, it was just seems so crap. Right. But I say that about all antiquity. So the cannons, this is what designates this as a military complex, is they had these rusty old cannons that they got off the seabed out of some sunken ship, because there's loads of sunken ships there, and they face the wall. They haven't even got cannon there. These have just been plopped there to say, oh, this was for military use. No, I don't think it was. I think it may have covered it for like security from people taking stuff, you know, coming from the inland. But this place is so remote, and the Cape of St. Vincent, you know, there's not going to be anyone down there. It's just nuts. Anyway. So, yeah, that's inside the Starfort. It's quite big. Like I said, the entrance was oversized. The church doors are oversized. I got a close-up on the entrance there. As you can see, there's a person compared to the door. But the magnetics. So I surmised that there's Cape St. Vincent there. I surmised that this is the real narrative for Sirens, is the magnetics. Apparently, sailors have to give this a wide berth. You won't see any shipping off here. They got to give it a wide berth because their compass spin and go to shit when they're at this point here. So it's not really navigable. So what they got to do is keep away. So if the magnetics spin on a compass, they're going to be like, they're going to follow it, and they're going to come into the rocks, and they're going to smash into them like many, many ships have done in this region. So the sirens, I think, is magnetic rocks, a magnetic field calling you and messing up your compass. So very like Pecos in New Mexico, very much like it. So yeah, so incredibly windy. So yeah, let me show you these gaps. So they look like the ropes could just go over them. So if you see most Starforts, you see that they got these corner bits on, haven't they? Here and on the corners, like little listening posts. This one has none. Only these key-shaped wedges. You could think for armament, but there's no armament on there at all. But when you look at them close, they look like a rope could go over them. And you could definitely get large ships in these bays. These were really, really secluded bays. The wind is right down. Get all that shit off. Everything's got to be about war, hasn't it? Now, it seems to be a lot of wearing here, and the rope could have come easily around these things and down into the bay for offloading. Doesn't have to be all bleak, does it? Silver liner mine of this shit. Something good might have come out of it. A nice big lump of dirt on my camera there, look. So yeah, it's really, really beautiful though, don't get me wrong. And there's a model of the Starfort, as you can see, facing inland, nothing facing out towards the sea. And it's on a thin peninsula, most southerly. But this thing I showed on my shorts this week. This thing here is a sound chamber, a hole in the ground, which augments sea tide, and I guess in this for scalar waves for healing. Very beautiful feeling in there, but that's new. Somebody's done that in the recent days because it's not on their website. So there it is. Looks quite imposing. These cannons here are nothing but rusty old shit cannons.
Maybe it was part of the Silk Road.
But I think it was start of the Silk Road. It's up to Cape St. Vincent. So yeah, they had a nice little windless beach there. And this thing here, massive doors on it. Massive doors on this church built by Henry. And there he is pointing to America saying, yeah, we're going to come and steal all your shit right now. Is what he's saying. Which is what it's all about, isn't it? Campaigning season. Like the British Empire. Let's go and invade a country, suppress them, steal all of their shit, which they had great success with in the past until we lost it all in the 40s. And then they got the Commonwealth. So it's like Australia, Canada, New Zealand. All happy little Commonwealthians together. So there's a picture of Trumpski. I really come and baby like my Shire. Anyway, we're gonna have some funny things a bit later on. These are from my last postage. Moving on. So yeah, I've covered this in the past. There was other events that happened in Lisbon. It got taken out in an event before this, 2 events before this, and 1 after this. But this place just got the massive architecture, and the narrative's just spooky. Just like the narrative for Port Royal that happened something like 50 years before this. That was the richest port on earth. This is one of the richest ports on earth, totally Phoenician. And it gets taken out. Like San Francisco, like all of these places, and it's coastal massive events. But they say that the ground opened up and the city just got swallowed. 70,000 subsequent deaths. Look at the size of this architecture. So yeah, apparently a couple of earthquakes and then a massive tsunami bottlenecked in the sea behind, and it came in from behind and in the front. So there was a couple of tsunamis. Excuse me. And this was it. So liquefaction, or buildings falling apart, everything sinking into the ground, and the people also sinking into the ground with tsunami. The city, absolutely fantastic before then. Here's an engraving. Looks like FEMA have moved in We've got a gallows set up, so that's obviously for looting, maybe. And we've got some tents set up. Very Arabic looking tent. So, yeah, so Algarve is got a L at the beginning of the word. Algarve, like Algeria, Algeciras, and a million more Arab sayings with AL at the beginning. I was trying to think of that battle. North Africa. El Alamein. Oh, that's L, not Al. But Al, yeah. So it designates an Arab. So that was the Moors that were in the Iberian Peninsula, the set up universities and stuff, and had an imprint there. I suspect that was something along the lines with the people who are actually doing the Inquisition in the first place, because somebody was acting very psychopathic. Look at this architecture, and it's all green and grassed over in this painting. But just the biggest architecture. It's crazy how it looks mud flooded here, and it looks just more than a tsunami. But there was liquefaction. Look at this. So that's all we got of that event is a load of artworks. And the people who survived could not see what was happening to the city because it was shrouded in mist and fog, or smoke and dust, which seems to be another replicating theme for San Francisco, Boston, and other places. They couldn't witness what was happening because the place was shrouded in smoke. So this is the extent of the apparent tsunami. Came up to Lisbon, bottlenecked in that water behind, and then the water came from behind as well. All of this coast, there's where I was, Sagres, Lagos, and Faro, all apparently obliterated. These cities were obliterated. The tsunami went as far as Brazil, across the Atlantic Ocean, and other places. So there it is before the event. Let's just check it out. Big Phoenician, 200,000 population at this time, and 70. That's like over, just under half the population getting killed. The size of them buildings, you can imagine the stone they're built with. I'll show you some pictures of them a bit later. So yeah, is it possible that it was a deliberate attack over gold? I guess so. There is a narrative that some people did speak up and say that that was the case and something unfavorable happened to them. The Portuguese Inquisition didn't even pack it up until 1835. Guys, the Inquisition was still cooking going until 1835. Just before photographs. They would have been interesting photographs. In my head, they were killing the mystics, Gnostics, the Welsh, the people of the land, and the real people of this world. And they were invaders. And that's how they deal with it. You believe this shit or just gonna fucking kill you. So there was the Opera House, apparently. So it was an Opera House prior to 1755. Huge. But this engraver went in 1 year later. He's a French dude, right? So in 1 year, all grass and vegetation has grown on top of it. Does that make any sense? These look like Piranesi artworks, but it's a French dude there, Nicolau, who went there to engrave it all. But again, vegetation at the top suggests that these pictures look like, this is a reset, and this happened a little while before a year. To me, the size of these megalithic stones and slabs. So they managed to get it all back together. This guy here, he's a bit of a Sir Christopher Wren resurgi after the event and the destruction, and he's like, we're going to build it all back better. And here they are, putting the city back together and rebuilding it all. Similar narrative to the Great Fire of London, Sir Christopher Wren, and we'll see who profited by the destruction of Lisbon in a moment. So here's some priesty guy looking over his new tarted up church. But this place before the event was just sublime architecture. Look at it. The wave kind of Starfort there. The whole thing was a Starfort. Just amazing architecture. And then that Armageddon, the end of the world for them all. 70,000. Can't even imagine, can you? So what's the real numbers? So political beliefs in the Iberian Peninsula. Now, I know Franco was the first fascist regime in Europe, wasn't he? You know, he beat Mussolini and Hitler to it, Franco. He was all over the Spanish currency for a long while. But then the Spanish Civil War kicked off in the 30s. And then I think when the Luftwaffe splattered Guernica, gave a reason for Picasso to make a painting, then it was all like hushed down. But Franco ruled for quite some time. And you had that sense, I'm not saying Franco ruled Portugal, but it definitely had that sense of communism there for some reason. So that is from the time. 1st of November, it was All Saints' Day. It was a religious procession that day. Everybody was in the streets. It was 9:40 in the morning, 1755. And there was also a comet active at the time. And boom. Look at the size of these. Looks like Buckingham Palace. The water just smashing through. Unbelievable. So there was apparently a tsunami in Britain in 1709, but there was a calendar change. In fact, there was a calendar change. This is 1755, 1752. 3 years prior to this was the change of the Gregorian Juliana calendar for chronology. And it's funny how these major resets always seem to fall on a calendar change. Look at that. Imagine that coming. You wouldn't stand a chance. You get your wet feet. So yeah, there's apparently a patron saint of earthquakes. It helps in times of earthquakes because obviously there's going to get smelliness going on and what they call disease and everything else, which is they're just all really depressed. Their world just got smashed to pieces. So of course they're getting a bit depressed. So of course they're getting ill. That's how the shit goes down. So there's a few religious depictions immortalizing the terrible events. Look at it. To me, it looks like the classical world again, falling, giant pillars, etc. Interesting little image, this one. It shows eddies and a whirlpool here. And what looks like a volcano. But there's not a volcano near. So, and look. Crushed underneath the architecture. That's a good image. So highly interesting, just like the Library of Alexandria and Alexandria disappearing below the waves, just like part of Lisbon did. The Lost Library of the King of Portugal. Apparently, he had a library with 70,000 rare documents or rare books in there. And it got completely destroyed. So dig. They take out the wealthiest port on earth. Dig that they move in and take land later, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And dig that they got rid of all of the information for this place in their libraries, all the records and everything. Total reset. Check out the fucking globe as well. So there was some sort of reset, Armageddon, definitely in the year 1755. So what are they saying on Google? They're saying that the coast of Cornwall was hit by a 3-meter wave of the tsunami of the 1st of November 1755, and it came at the River Thames. So it was massive. What caused it? They say tectonic plate boundaries in the mid-Atlantic. Okay. Cadiz as well. Cadiz, Spanish city, also suffered. How many died? 70,000 deaths. Okay. On All Saints' Day, 250,000 population. 70,000. So that's bigger than Hiroshima. How much of it was destroyed? 85% of the city was destroyed. It's just biblical. Has a tsunami ever hit the UK? They say 8,200 years ago. They're not including the 1609, 1606, because there was a calendar change. In Wales, here, there is a very famous tsunami that came through and destroyed places where I live, and there's no mention on here. So, did any British tourists die in the 2004 tsunami? Oh, like nobody else matters. Could the Lisbon event happen again? Well, isn't it funny how all these apocalyptic events and nothing's been repeated in our... I've been here 56 years and I can't remember any of this shit happening. Turkey has pretty apocalyptic events. Iran's had them, and the Middle East. I got a book I've shared in the description with you about earthquakes of the Middle East. I don't go with tectonic movement myself. That's just me personally. I don't think that's a thing. Floating lava beds on a spinning ball and stupid, just all of it. I can't be bothered. So the destruction was enormous. Monasteries severely damaged. That Starfort I went to was also severely damaged. Different estimates, 60,000 there. But interesting here, it does state about the fog. If I can just find it. Oh, it's on another narrative. So let me move on. There's a link here. Some facts that it gives you, but again, it's the official narrative. It's not really gelling with what the natives, the people there, actually say. But they say they saw the earth open up and gulp her down. That's just nuts. And it happens on All Saints' Day. People were thinking, like they did with Port Royal in Jamaica, they were thinking it was divine intervention. They were being punished for their sins again. So there's that narrative that keeps cropping up over and over again. Origins were in the ocean, 8 and 9:40 in the morning on a religious calendar day, which they thought was significant. The initial shock of Lisbon was relatively minimal, perhaps around a minute. Streets rattled and dwellings vibrated. The shock that caused the cataclysmic damage followed closely on its heels for approximately 30 seconds. That's the same as San Francisco. It's only seconds these places are rattling, and all of that damage. Just 12,000 buildings instantly simply disintegrated. Disintegrated in an earthquake, guys. Okay, now I'm aware of this, that the vibrations that happen in an earthquake couldn't make a building come apart, but turn it into dust. Anyway, imagine by this stage yet a chaos and disorientation of the dwellers of Lisbon were experiencing. Panic reigned. People were either dead or dying. It's reported that those who were either attempting to save those that could be saved, or they were simply fleeing the city. Fires blazed everywhere, some of which would rage on for 5 days, and a huge cloud of dust and debris had shrouded much of Lisbon in a fog, and the city of Lisbon was all but destroyed. So whatever was happening to the city was shielded and covered by a fog. Here's a picture of the events of San Francisco earthquake and subsequent fire. They didn't have a tsunami here, but it was a giant earthquake. Funny that. What you see is a bank of clouds, the old cloud cover or the smoke cover. Although she's holding her head, the other one, she seems jolly happy, considering the city's just being incinerated. I don't think it's a thing to be happy about. Anyway, whatever is happening behind there is being shielded. The smoke wall comes forward and everything behind the smoke wall is utterly destroyed, like this. And these are of San Francisco. Dust. 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 Another place that reminds me of the fog is the events of 9/11. Now, this definitely created a mysterious fog. As you know, when the buildings fell, there was an incredible dust cloud because the buildings were dustified, turned to dust. As you know, is it the same technology? This fog is shielding everything that is in there. And it was pretty noxious, as you know. Here it is coming down this street. That. Just like the fog of Carpenter. So I think that they were using fasces to reset. I've proposed this for years and years now. But the worst earthquake in Europe were Europe's worst natural disaster here. And there's another narrative here that gives you a load of pictures. The Frenchman that went there and did some engravings. Some of these pictures that I just showed. The earthquake was a magnitude 8.5 on the Richter scale. So it was a monster, but only shook for seconds. 30 seconds. Caused all of that. And caused all that death. But most people burned. Drowned. And triggered a massive tsunami. Why didn't San Francisco get a massive tsunami? 70,000 just blows my head off to think that many people in the whole world. And this guy here, Labas, he went there and done these engravings. He says 1 year later, yeah, everything's covered in fucking ivy and stuff. Makes no sense. I think they've been doing it all along. Nothing new under the sun. So this book I've shared, I've had this quite a while. This book is, oh, excuse me. The Vicar and the Earthquake Conflict Controversy in Christianity. Anyway, this is Vicar, and he's doing a narrative on the earthquake and what he says. And interestingly, he states here, I don't want to go into the book too much because it is a lot of information, but we'll share it. A lucrative export trade, mainly textiles. Many British merchants would amass substantial fortunes and build palatial homes in Lisbon's best neighborhoods. So, dig. The British moved in. They've been accused, or some people think that they were something to do with this destruction. And then they move in and buy all the best palaces, or have the best palaces that are left, or have them rebuilt, or whatever. So a reset, a takeover. So that was convenient for them. But war is good for business. This book also I've connected up. I've had it a long while as well. Earthquakes in the Mediterranean. It talks about the Santorini event. It talks about which chronology they're going with. But really, really interesting to me is what they say here. The earthquake of Nicaea, like the Council of Nicaea, Nicaea is also mentioned by St. Jerome, who, however, does not mention Jerusalem. Erebus does not mention the solar eclipse, which he does notice in passing the earthquake at Christ's crucifixion. So, which he dates to the 19th year of the reign of Tiberius, 33 AD, the year that they give for the death and crucifixion of Christ. So there was a eclipse and there was an earthquake when they crucified Christ. We've just had a strange eclipse, haven't we? But this book, it goes on. There's 1,000 pages or 2,500 pages of information in this book. And it covers, like I said, the Santorini event, which I really do think happened much more recently. But really interesting that they cite that there was an earthquake and an eclipse at the time of Jesus. Really interesting. But let me move on. Okay, these I also linked up to you. I showed in my last live presentation. It doesn't show Sagres, but it shows you the unbelievable architecture that was Lisbon. So a lot of this is still there in the modern day, this giant architecture. I don't know what sort of theme that is. Looks a little bit Moorish. But a very, very busy harbour, just the same as Port Royal, and then taken out exactly the same way as Port Royal, sunk into the mud, eaten up by the ground. Giant tsunami, 8.5 on the Richter scale. Not that they had Richter scales back then. 8.5 on the Richter scale. Earthquake. Literally apocalyptic happenings. How come they haven't happened in my lifetime? Or are they to come? So this is interesting. This is behind the seawall or the Starfort, you can see there. And it's just mud. So is this after the tsunami? Because it's just like mud everywhere. The buildings are still intact, you see. But this is 1733, you see these books. This is Lied van der Haar Atlases. And that's the Royal Pelissa Bellium. But again, look at all the mud. And I want Bellim. I wonder if that tower was part of a fort that's been flooded out since, because there's a lot of stuff that's still under the water, isn't there? From these apocalyptic happenings. Nice little Starfort there. But interesting, they put these churches into the Starfort, isn't it? Oh, that's an interesting flavour to that building. So I think that is another area of Portugal, the city of Belém. Sounds like Belém, but I'm sure there's nothing to do with that. So, Ibora is mudded like anybody's business. I always find in this outside these Starforts of this period is muddy paths, no roads going up to them, even though they've apparently been built. What do they do? Drag all of the concrete over muddy paths. Always down to the water. Always connected with water. These ones, this one's quite like the one we see. Just a one-sided defense with the town elevated above. Military, I'm not actually sure anymore, guys. I'm not buying what they say. But these show you what was happening with the Inquisition. So these religious types, he's crying, he is. Oh, let's have a look at this religious guy's got demons all over his vest. He's got demons. He's crying. He's going, wah. He needs a wambulance. He's got a rosemary bead, but they got them fish heads on, haven't they? And sticks on fire. I'm guessing they're going to go up someone's posterior very soon. In the name of unconditional love. So what they do is they drag somebody out who's a really nice person, probably, because he wouldn't be in there if they weren't. He's probably been accused of evil doings. We heard that you were caught running, and they say for your health and eating herbal things from the garden. Is this so? Yeah. Witchcraft, witch! It's good for digestion. You should eat pebbles like we do. You eat pebbles? Yes. How's that go for you? Well, we're really angry. And this is what we're going to do to you as a non-believer. Do you believe? Believe in what? Do you believe in me? No. Okay, we're going to burn your fucking ass. So that's what they were doing, guys. They were nicking their shit. This is all his money. Okay. We got all this money. This guy, look, I don't know how they're doing that. And then they burn them and they put dunces hats on them. So apparently this is the Portuguese Inquisition and they had it down for quite some time and they gave it up in 1835. Until then, they were just executing every fucking body. Apparently, according to the Lied van der Haar Atlases. Anyway. I don't know how many people are there. I don't even know if I'm there. Am I there? Oh, excuse me. Hijack something holy. Well, yeah, that's what they do. Holy moly. Well, let's have a look at these sound machines. Now, this is a collection that I've linked up of Portugal and Spain. And they're like late 1800s, most of them. But 767 of them. Obviously, I'm not going to go through all of them because this is not going to be a tremendously long comeback. But they got some cool shit, considering all of this, this region's apparently taken out. This is Belém again, which we looked at just now. And they got a massive church, which survived the event, rebuilt probably. But look at the size of these doors. And you see them flaps in doors? Some people saying for giant cats or lions and tigers we may have had for pets and not for, Oh, that's unusual. That looks like you get in India, doesn't it? This thing on top. Seeing crossovers of influences in Spain, definitely, with the Arabic world and the Christian world. The Abrahamic influences there, Belém. And let's have a look at the technologies on this one. Wow, look at this. She's a beaut. She's got in her hand disc, the wheel of fortune. So yeah, what a bloody strange life we found ourselves in, guys. Wouldn't have expected all of this, would we? Can't make it up either, can you? But look at the people who lived before us. They had World War II and all that strangeness to deal with. All we get is, don't want to explain it to you. We knew it was coming. We've all read 1984, haven't we? We've all read Animal Farm. I don't mean the movie, I mean the book. We've all read that, haven't we? Yeah, so we knew this shit was going down. 10 years ago, we were all talking about it. Yeah. And then it's like, when it's down and it's happened, it's like, well, fucking told you so. We did have a chance to do some shit, but everything happened. And now it's all too late. Because you got the dribblers to fucking deal with. What's that? Looks like the devil. Might not be. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Opposition, isn't it? Flat Earther, Globetard, Black White, fucking. My God's got a bigger dick than your God. No, he haven't. My God's got a massive. So it's dick offs between religions as well, isn't it? That's a big thing. My God's got a bigger beard than your God. My God doesn't even have a beard. Maybe she should. So there's that. But I'm all for religion. I think it's groovy. If it's making people happy and it keeps them kind because they don't do anything wrong and upset your Lord Jesus Christ, fucking A, bring it on. I'm not even bothered. The other religions with strange, narratives attached to them, maybe of concern. Look at this. These are the things I was on about on Starfort. These corner watchtowers. Look at that tower. Look at that thing. Strange little Moorish tower there going on, isn't it? But it's got heraldry on there, the cross. Oh, it's the Knights of St. John again. The Knights Templar. Oh, what a story this is. It's a story screaming to be told. I can't wait to be able to. Maybe I should get a Rumble account and just spill the beans. So here's some Portuguese people. They are very beautiful. They are all really good looking and healthy looking. But they got better water and bigger tomatoes. And they haven't got to live on pot noodle like we do here in Britain. Fucking Bombay bad boy for Sunday dinner. Anyway. Oh, they got some nice gaffs, haven't they? Look at that. And I tell you something else they got in Portugal that we don't have. Proper orange juice. Oh, my shit. What was it like? It was just the best orangey Seville orangey juice that you can ever imagine. Made me feel all super bionic after it. But yeah, made me a better person. I feel much more down to earth now. Than any illusions of grandeur that I may have had have been completely disintegrated. Now I'm just feeling humbled and grateful to be home alive, because there was parts this week I didn't think we were going to actually get home at all, because the world went to shit, didn't it, in the week. It's a nice little place. Look, no windows. They're just holes. But they got like windows. Isn't that unusual? Just holes. Not a hole in there. Like a thimble thing on there. So I'm glad to be back on YouTube. I do certainly miss YouTube and the community. And, you know, it's what we do, isn't it? It's our thing, isn't it? True thing. Size of them bloody doors. And look, why are the windows so high? Look, you can't even fucking see out of them. Unless you're a giant. There's your Phoenician shell, ever present. And bars on the windows. It's like they got a lot of bars on the windows. I don't know if they got a high crime rate at that period. I don't think anyone was stealing anything, were they? I don't think they had crime in Portugal in the modern day now. I mean, I don't think they have anything going on. I'm sure they reproduce because, well, there's people everywhere. Somebody's been fucking. Anyway, on with a new subject. Okay, Pamela, good to see you. Catherine Muscati, hello, lovely. Front row seat, higher over there, Marianne. And there's Hippie Shake. She lives in a place called Tenby, guys, and it's beautiful. You should see her. She's so lucky. Kay, good to see you. Stu, good to see you, bro. I got banned from the live cat rescue stream the other day. Oh, fucking hell, mate. It's really hardcore in that cat stream. Fucking watch them. The donkey people, they're worse, man. They're like culty. The Church of the Camp of the Saints. I think it's the City of Enoch. It could be Church of Camp of the Saints. All right, now. Dave Sampson, good to see you. And
1984 is now banned in the USA.
Fuck off.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Is that true?
Is that true?
1984 is banned in the USA. Do you want the link? I'll share it for you. Yeah, I got the link. I'll give you the book. I got it on PDF, bro. No problemo. I'll look you up, America. You can all have it. I got it. Okay. And this is Kircher's book here. Okay. The last Jesuit with any information, so they say. And he's one of Loyola's gang. Check out the terminology or the language around these doors. Right. So this is in India. The Apostle of Thomas. Okay, so we've got the Jesuits. We've got the dove from above. We know about that, don't we? Coming down into the old Mount Menru. And Ursula playing on the cross. Yeah. It's even got the Tauruses on the end. Sweet. So what language would you say that is, guys? There around the door. Would you say that is Arabic? Indian? I'm not an expert on languages, but it looks pretty... I don't know. Couldn't say. It's new to me. So here we got a Tartar who's a llama. And I don't mean he's an animal. I mean he's a high-end llama, magical llama. So he's like, meet my friend. He's a Tartarian and he's a magical llama. Because, you know, like the high Tibetan llamas that can do like magical things. Yeah. The Tartars could do the same. Here they are. So a gang of Tartars doing magical things. Imagine all the books of the old days, what they said, if you could read them. Here, we've collected a load of poos together and stuck flags in them. Well, I think it's a good use for the poo. Save people. She's got on her head. So that's Tartar chicks, it says there, inhabitants of this part of the world. It doesn't say Tartar chicks. It says Tartar chicks there. Okay, let's have a look at the Tartar chicks. They look like North American Indians. They have tartan on, like Scottish tartan. And I've seen that Scottish tartan worn by Navajo Indians. They got that, and the Indians got tartan. That's right. The Arcadians, the Indians further north in Canada, they wear tartan too. And the Tartarians wear tartan. And they got them beads in their hair and that tech going on, haven't they? Like Rosicrucians, they know that the hair is antennas and interacts with the ether and picks information out, helps with the old reading of the Akashic records, get that hair long. That's why they cut your hair off. It disempowers you from the record, from the ether. That's why I cut my hair, and all of a sudden I lost my magic wand. So now I'm growing it again. Get my magic wand back. Okay, look at the mud-flooded fuckness out there. No, I got my magic wand. It's just limited abilities. I'm basically. I broke pattern in a really big way. But if you break pattern, yeah, you got to be really on your fucking game, see, guys. And I wasn't. I started to fault, yeah. And you know, things just happen because you got to be. What I'm finding is yin and yang. Everything balances up. If you have a really fantastic time, yeah, look the fuck out because something's going to come along later and fuck you up. You've got to have a balance, yeah, because every good seems to have a bad to balance it. So I'm hoping you all have an average day, yeah. That's how kind I am today. Not too good a day, guys. We don't want you having bad things later on. So just have an average day, okay? So is this Krishna? Is this a real thing? Well, in this era, and Kircher's saying that like there's deities with loads and loads and loads of heads. If I seen one of them and it was alive, I'd definitely hit the fucking floor. Yeah, watch one. Look at the size of these giants. Tangurth. And oh, it's a Regis, it's a king. He looks like a Buddhist monk, but yeah, man, check him out. Massive heads. Big heads. Let's check out these Tartarians. Tartaria, Tartaria, it's better than Retardia. Which is what we got now.
Alva Billy.
What you say, Alva Billy?
May mediocrity be with you.
May mediocrity be with you. The force is strong with this one. So yeah, the Tartarians, they have got like cloths on their heads, haven't they? They had a bit like cloth heady. But it's hot in it, so they're protecting. Has he got bagpipes? No, he got flags. So yeah, there's the Tartarians again. They got big tents, but they set their intent. And they got big buildings, they got stuff. I don't think the Tartarians built any of that stuff anymore. I actually think it was the Welsh. Because I think they ruled the world. They're the oldest language, the oldest civilization, and the oldest race still here. Why wouldn't they be? So she's got like a sieve on her head. Maybe it strains her thoughts. See, like a shower head on her head. Maybe it just strains her thoughts. Because my head is like a sieve. And there is a pet tiger. And they're battering it. Oh, that's cute. Cover your children's eyes. Let's not show them nature is cruel. Let's pretend it's all kind, shall we? Like when I was eating my beef jerky, thinking of that poor cow that was about to die for me. I gave thanks. Like this lion getting battered. Well, it's going to eat your children. So you're going to have to batter it. This isn't in the way of nature. Now, this king has got really beautiful wallpaper. He bought it from Pink Floyd. He's illuminated. And it's something to do with this thing he's got. He's lit up. He's got bells. And he's like, oh, look at you. Oh, hit the floor, bent over. That's his name, Ben Dover. He's got booze. I don't know what the disc is. I'm not saying that's happening. It might not be happening. It's just me and my bad mind. Oh, look, a big snake. He's going to smack it on the head. God almighty. See me? I'm like a Buddhist monk. I won't even fucking step on ants. I'm looking out, doing ant protection. Or worm squad. If you see a worm getting fried in the sun, chuck it in the grass. Save that fucking worm. So these are the bat cats that they have. They eat rats. So it's a bat cat rat. Bat cats and rats, which they pin to the wall. And it's got breasts like a woman. I don't know. It's a strange world. Don't ask me. And there's a Tartar looking all pucker in his silkies. His silky Jim Jams. He's the monarch. He's the king. That's why you get silky Jim Jams. Get a Masonic checkerboard floor as well. Oh, fuck a duck, innit? Fucking hell, what a world. Fancy us all bleeding being here at the same time with all of this to cope with, innit? It's a good job we're so fucking epic, innit? But the thing is, some of us were born to be spiritual warriors and other of us weren't. There's probably only a few of manifestors in the realm anyway. The rest are probably not even in it. The fucking dribblers. That's my new name. Is that unkind? I don't mean it to be, really. The dribblers. If they dribble a bit. I was going to say we all dribble a bit, but we don't, do we? So there's a fan code as well. 2 shakes of a fan means, oh, yeah, it might. And 1 shake of a fan means, no. What's this language? And they've got Jesus and the Virgin and Jesus. That's another story. I definitely think I'm on the trail to Jesus. I'm going to be the one who absolutely proves that it's not just an astronomical event, but a human being that lived not too long ago. And his bloodline are everywhere in Wales land. Because it's God's country and God's people. He's got a goose on his chest, or an eagle, or something. Oh, it could be a pheasant. No, it's a phoenix. Well, good luck with that thinking, mate. You're never going to get anywhere, are you? Okay, now they got the Chinese Tartars. She's looking at her. Automated bird. I love them automated birds they used to have. Oh, look at this nesting technology. They built it in the mud. They dragged all of these blocks there in the mud. Up she goes, ever decreasing. And the bells on top. I think that could have stopped a reset. Bell dampeners, isn't it? You know, they could just, like, as it builds up. So let's have a look at the deities that are happening. in this late 1600s, in this era, in this period, we've got heads on a plate. One can only guess. What's all that language in the fucking background is just weird. So obviously that's Tartarian then, guys. And they got some freaky deities, haven't they? Okay. Oh, and they're bringing gold. Hit the floor, give me gold. That's what that's what the whole religion thing is. Hand around the plate. Give me fucking money. Repent, and then you can go and sin all week. Can I repent again at the end of the week? Yes, and your soul will be pure again. Ooh, that's good then, isn't it? Fucking A. Best deal in town, guys. How much do you think we got $1 billion in our cult? So these are brilliant. We got a plasma blast and a bit of Tartaria weirdness going on there. He's got loads of arms. He's doing a bit of the Krishna thing going on. Awesomeness. So I wonder who wrote Sanskrit originally. It's supposed to be the oldest, isn't it? So that's Indus, who is Indra, who is St. Andrew. That's Indra. It's got loads of arms in every pocket. And what's she doing? She's doing more fucking about with the birds because she's got nothing to do all day. So she fucks around with mechanical birds, just like the guy in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You're my little chitty face. You're my teddy bear. You remember that one? Well, he had an automated soldier and automated things, and he wanted a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang to play with. That was such a good film. That was the only reason Christmas was any good, was because of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Wizard of Oz. It's all he looked forward to at Christmas was Cadbury's Cream Egg and fucking good films, because the rest was shit. Fucking on beans on toast for the next fucking month because of fucking Christmas presents. That's what Christmas fucking is. What it fucking is. That's what it always was. Fucking skint through fucking January trying to fucking survive.
Money on the kids.
Yeah, spend it all on the fucking presents and all you're gonna fucking food.
No, then you can't feed them the next month.
Yeah, you can't feed on beans and toast this because
Save your stocking stuff.
yeah.
Those oranges and
Save your quality streets and your nuts. That's what you're gonna be eating on next fucking month. Oh, the harsh realities of 1970s epicness. I'd love to be there now. Oh, look, bury the mummy in a boat. Oh, that could be like a Moses, a China version, found by the emperor. So there's an idol, FE, flat earth idol, Monte Expressum. Expressum. Let's have a look. He looks like a bit of a mountain going on, don't he? He's doing the X code. He's got a nice little face on him, though. There's a face in there as well. Eventually, if you stand there for ages, you turn to stone and you'll end up like Mount Rushmore, which is maybe how they built it. So they've got dragons alive, up and running in Tartaria. So who'll win? Dragon or lion leopard thing? Well, the dragon, obviously. Beavers, don't know. Bears, don't know. Fucking hell, what is going on outside? Beavergeddon could happen. Be a shame, wouldn't it? Death by snoo. Death by beaver. It's all right, though. Beaver's main occupation is chewing wood, so it's not bad. Oh, look at this. It is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. It's the Brewer-ma. We need to Mandela fucking affect this guy for changes. Looks like they don't know where his art is these days. Wrong fucking side, in the old cobber. Jeez. Look at these. What are they? I don't really know, guys. They look fucking pissed. So, yeah, they are really nasty-ass creatures and shit. So, I wouldn't go there without your machine gun. Fucking hell, in the old days. So, this guy's a bit stupid. He's playing with Beehive. Now, they have massive, as far as I know, ananas is pineapple in French, isn't it? Yeah. See how many languages I can't speak. And this is a monkey's eating pineapples. Okay, they're not extraordinarily big unless it's a very big monkey. But yeah, pineapples are lush. So I think that's some sort of psychedelic compound which they're all into. Giant chickens. That could definitely be the end for us if giant chickens go big. Peck us to death. Rhubarb arundum. So that would be rhubarb. Yeah. The leaves are highly toxic and will kill you. Do you know how I learned this? Prisoner cell block H. Apparently, Vinegar Tits made a compound from the prison compound. She grew. She was a poisoner as well. Quinky dink. She made poisoned everyone in the prison. Prisoner cell block H. Classic Australian telly. That and Leo Wanker. Brilliant. So there's the fauna of the old world. And they're doing a bit of stuff underground as well. And generating, basically heating pots using volcano shit. No shit. So, hands up who believes there's a super caldera under Yellowstone that's going to out humanity. Hands up. Yeah. No, it ain't. No, that's just stupid. There's no fucking proof for that. Yeah. If a geezer goes up and doing like a big squirty thing, it's because it does a squirty thing now and again. It's not fucking news. And who cares anyway? Anyway, it's going to be the best reset ever, guys. I think we should all just get in.
Look forward to your reset.
Yeah. Look forward to the reset. I think we should all get into it. You know, make it an awesome time. It doesn't have to be crap.
We can reset ourselves.
We can reset ourselves. Not everybody will die. And remember, God's watching you. He's listening to your thoughts. Okay? Remember that. There's the Great Wall of Rome there. Look. It's on the map. All the way to the sea. Bringing all them goods across the whole world. So there's really interesting. The world had crazy deities and stuff. Oh, I'd love a baby elephant. If I was a rich man, I'd have a baby elephant, a donkey too. See, I'd spend money wisely. I know what to spend money on. Fucking donkeys and other animals. A monkey, because it sounds like donkey. So check these bells. Campanellas. As far as I know, that means bell ringing in Italian. I had a go with campanology once. And I held onto the rope and went up 40 foot into the air. But I remembered to not leave go and die. Now, check these out. What they do in there in the background is they're getting that bell. This is how they done it in antiquity. Yeah. Learn, look and learn. Look, they got that bell. They got a strong guy to carry it up that ladder and put it in place on top of there. It's doable because they're all giants. No, they might not be, but I think they are. It's confusing life, isn't it? I don't know. It is the dawning of the age of Tartaria, where things were cooler. Now it's wanky void, pussification of humanity. That's what's happened. There was much tougher people around in the old days. Oh yes, there was. We didn't even moan about things. But they do know. So let's have a look at French Indochina. You might know it as Vietnam, but before the French had it, and they built apparently a load of colonial buildings. So imagine, yeah, the film Saigon. Imagine, yeah, that's that bit with the prostitute. Yeah. No, don't imagine that bit. Anyway, a good Vietnam film. Saigon's not a good example. Apocalypse Now. Yeah, we're apocalypse now. Okay, this is the end, beautiful friend. The end. Are you getting that vibe? You getting that apocalypse now vibe going on? That Martin Sheen sweaty moment with a bottle of mescaline. You know that moment? Yeah. Then he fucks shit up kung fu wise. So they got mud flooders in Vietnam. See, do you know before the Vietnam War, nobody even knew what Vietnam was. Because it was French Indochina. And if you're going to pick a war, pick it far away where nobody knows much about it. Soon get in the news. Nowadays, loads of bicycles, not many cars. In them days, the French were just licking loads of shit out of their resources, building their little empire that didn't amount to a pot of piss. Well, they did have quite a big empire, actually. Portuguese had a big empire. They were a superpower. They had Goa in India, which is unusual because it's like a hippie place, isn't it? With all like heads and stuff, which is very unlike them. So what is that wire up on there? But there is a motor car, so don't worry. It's an aerial. We'll give it that. It's within the time range. So yeah, that looks pretty fucking mud flooded. So Vietnam, yeah, that's what I expect from Vietnam. String bridges. So somebody's been building all this shit, but I don't think it was actually the natives. You find that a lot though, don't you? What are they into? Potatoes. Yeah, me too. Fucking love a good potato, me. Love an Egyptian potato. The mud comes off easy. Oh yeah. And elephants. They're beautiful. They love you. And they play with your hair like that with their trunks. They fluff your hair. And they remember you. So don't ever say anything shitty to them. So yeah, you go on holiday to Vietnam, 1930s, like no one ever said. This hotel looks to be derelict. I don't know. Are they broken windows? No, maybe not. It's all overgrown now. Lower doors. Wow, that looks like some palace there. But doesn't look like there's anything going on with that. Okay, we're moving on. What are you giggling about over there? Buffalo fights. Oh, that's disgusting. Ooh, look at their swordy shit going on. They got some nice stuff, haven't they? Flowers in bottles. Ooh, there's nice. Fucking, but they smell nice. No. So yeah, you're gonna kill people, kill them in style. Look at them. And then get out and pick some tea in the plantation. And they look really happy. Do they look enslaved? Do they fuck? Are they getting bad backs? No, they're standing up. And they're probably whistling as well and singing. It's not all bad. Everything's apparently bad in the world. I'm saying, I'm going to spin this and say that it was all pretty shit up. The whole world was shit up. Look at them massive moths. Yeah? That's another thing that's real. Mothman. One day, you could be sitting there looking out the corner of your eye, and Mothman would be sitting on the branch of a tree smoking a cigarette, just watching you. Watching, see if you're touching yourself. So don't do that, because you get caught by Mothman. Even when you're alone, just don't do it. So there's the shells again. Because Mothman's watching you. God and Mothman are watching you. And the baby Jesus. Okay, here's some bosses. Just check out the Vietnam and bosses. See these guys? They like better than John Wick at Kung Fu. And check out the king dude, man. See, if I was ruler of the world, every day would be the first day of spring. And I wouldn't do all of that fancy stuff. I want people carrying me a fucking round at all. Yeah? I'd be going through high-fiving everyone. I'd be the new funky emperor. Yeah? Bit like the president in Idiocracy. Bit like that, only not stupid. Check this out on top of there. Antiqua Tech. Overkill. Whoa, that's a beautiful whatever it is. It's temple. Worshipping deities. I bet that, like in Kung Fu Hustle, these cause sound waves. I bet he's playing brilliant Hendrix-style guitar. I bet they're playing Voodoo Child right now. Down and out, now. And she's on that guitar that sounds really trippy. They got some good music, the Chinese. I'll give them that. Chow Main's nice too, but that was invented in New York. And I won't bring up their humanitarian rights or anything to do with the Boxer Rebellion or the Cultural Revolution or any of their anything, because, you know, it's not all bad, is it? The silver liner mine of it, guys, yeah? People get reset, yeah? There's some people, and it's just the working slave class. And, you know, they don't do anything but, you know, eat, shit, reproduce, eat shit, reproduce.
All I'm finding is plastic liners.
Plastic liners. So I don't think they built that dam there, but the French might have built it using slaves that don't exist. They probably paid them well, probably gave them more food than they'd ever seen before. Look at these monks, Kung Fu monks. And this is the only guy in reality that's ever been chased by monks. Yes, this is true. I was chased by monks who wanted harm upon me. Or they wanted to kick me with their sandals, which would have tickled, obviously, and I would have giggled. And I wouldn't take that away from him anyway. The Krishna conscious people are awesome. Harry, guys. Harry, you can't catch me. Okay, let's move on. Some kind soul left this in my comments, and it's a link to like really cool old movies. I can't show you them all because probably some of them are copyrightable, but old movies, just click it and the link comes up. That's in the link below. Check it out for yourself. Let's have a look at one or two of these. This is an old comedy skit. Apparently smacking bums is a thing in the past. I don't know. I don't think that's a real punishable offense. I don't think that would do shit. I think it's more just about humiliation. So let's see how bad behavior gets punished in the past. Okay. I don't like watching hose pipes. I had a really nasty accident with one when I was young. This wasn't it, by the way. So, yeah. Early film. Anyway, let's fucking batter you. Come here. I had that done to me once by a teacher. Pulled me by my ear. Nearly pulled it fucking off. Hurt for days. Now he's smacking his bum in a weird way. So that's what they were doing. This is the first ever movie ever made. 1888, they was apparently making movies, and it's of people cavorting in the garden like you do. Yeah, it's not up to much. It's the first movie ever made, apparently. 1888, still. Yes, obviously in slow-mo. So a load of Victorians cavorting in the garden. That's the first movie ever made. Right, we're moving on. Back from Sagres is Martin Leaker. Shall Bailey. We went on an extraordinary adventure I visited my second star. I've seen one Starfort in the north of England, but I want to visit more. I'm going to do more boots on the ground thing. I'm going to try and get hold of a decent camera and do YouTubes. With me, I could do like street tours and talk to people and stuff. I'm an expert at this shit. Instead of sitting in the house looking at pictures, which is not very healthy. And I like to not be in pain. So exercise is the best cure, I think. So this is what it looked like. It was a really windswept peninsula, but the air was like air conditioning with the 90 degrees temperature. So it was absolutely awesome. Seems to be a place that the Portuguese elite go, is Sagres. So what was rather frowned upon. This guy here, this is a guy that is, if you see the medals on him, he served in the Battle of Trafalgar, the naval battle where Nelson lost his left bollock. That wasn't, it was his eye. He might have lost a bollock. I think that was Hitler. Who remembers using these in the 80s? This was my internet when I was a kid. This was the best thing, apart from my electric guitar, that I ever had, was my CB. I had a Midlands 80, but I had a 16-foot dipole on a scaffold pole outside my window. So it gave me like clear Alaska. Yeah, a lorry drivers in Alaska I was picking up. It was amazing to be able to talk to people in America, people in Europe, although not so much because of the language problem. Breaker 19. I used to be bucket mouth as well, but somebody I had a SWAR meter. They could triangulate and find out where you are if you're bucket mouthing. Come around, give you a 10-10 and a good kick in. So we didn't do much bucket mouthing, but we did do quite a bit actually. So we had meetups, like went to Blackpool on holiday and was on the CB and somebody wanted to 2020. So we went and had a meetup and all CBers from Lancashire turned up. It was like CB convention. So I had a handle, Lamplighter. Don't ask me why. I haven't got a fucking clue, but that was the one I chose. Lamplighter. I wanted Sniper, but it was gone. My phone just ran off. No power. Anyway, that's history lesson. So using old commemorative coin is a bit weird, isn't it, from America? And it's the end of the Great Depression. Hooray, we can eat again in 1932. It's got a all-seeing eye in the middle on a 4-leaf clover, so that's a bit of luck, on a swastika, on a Star of David. So that's the Jews, the Nazis, and the Illuminati all in one fucking go. And the Irish. Confusing old state of affairs, but stop fucking crying, start buying. Was the message of the day. Same as Bush did, isn't it? After 9/11, he was like, start going and buying shit, guys, yeah? So this is an album of the old days. Don't be judgmental, that is wrong of you. The Dick Handler Quartet. I should have been crucified. Self-fulfilling prophecies, all of them. I don't know what happened to the young boy's eye. I wasn't going to actually draw attention to it. I thought it might be cruel. You know, it's not make fun of the afflicted after all, you know, because, you know, they're all God's creatures. Okay, so I'm in 1967 and I've just walked in this bar and my eyeballs had just popped up my fucking head. Yeah. Now, this was 1960s in a London pub. Yeah. You don't see no smelly old tattoos. You don't see any weirdness going on that I'm not allowed to mention because apparently it's not allowed to be mentioned. But there were actually women in the past, guys. I know it's hard to even imagine in the modern day, but it's true. There was women. Look at this, Majink Molly. This guy, right? He's on an album cover. He's got 3 women, but he felt the need for a blow-up doll. Yeah, he blew it up and he bit it and it flew out the window. He blew it. It's wrong, isn't it? Was that annoying? Yeah, I know. Yoko Ono ended the Beatles. Yeah, fucked everything up for everybody in the world, and she sounds like a banshee on acid. Yeah, her voice literally stinks. I don't know. Love is blind. Just love is fucking death. is what they should say. And this is what happens when they play Yoko Ono on the Enterprise. It was more than poor Chekhov could even take. Songs not to play at a guitar store. Okay, I'm going to go in and pretend I can play guitar. So number 1, Smells Like Teen Spirit. 2, Come As You Are. Actually, all Nirvana songs, do not play them. Smoke on the Water. It's the only one I fucking know. So that's out. Metallica. No. Actually, all Metallica songs don't play. Marilyn Manson, Sweet Dreams. Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. Don't play them ever. No, Iron Man should be permissible. Any Black Sabbath. 8, all music from AC/DC unless you know the whole thing well. So, only play AC/DC. And White Stripes 7 Ammunition, but I disagree with that. I think it should be Smoke on the Water, down, 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 and Bob burning stuff down, and all AC/DC. And hats off to Angus Young, who is incredibly extreme age of 94, is still managing not to shit himself on stage for 3 hours with his new live concerts with AC/DC. I bet that's really popular in the modern age, that title for that band. Homage to Tinnitus. Yeah. I'm getting that a lot more as well. Don't know why. Oh, Horton. Here's The Who. I love Horton. And I love The Who. We're The Who. We live on the back of a turtle. Yeah, in a mollusk or something. We live in just a little tiny bead of water on the back of a turtle. That's us. We're The Who. Who are you? Do you know what I love? Batman. Batman's the best thing that ever happened as well. Yeah. He's always happy. He's a wicked dancer. He's got a utility belt and he fights evil. And he's got a Marshall with 8x12s and a guitar. The Bat guitar. I hope he can play it. Stratocaster. Or Hey Jude. He wasn't all bad. He's the Dark Knight, isn't he? So he kills people. What makes the world go round, Charlie Brown? Flat bottom girls. That's what makes your world go round. Flat bottom girls make the rocking world go round. Yeah. And do you know how I know? Because God said, Freddie Mercury, the incarnation of God on earth. If Keith Moon played piano. Oh, I miss Keith Moon so much. I know it was a long ago time he died, but I still literally grieve. Me and Keith would have been besties. He would have had to keep up a bit though. Sad news. Broke up with my girlfriend, Lorraine. She found out I was seeing another girl, Claire Lee. Good news though. I can see Claire Lee now. Lorraine is gone. Silver liner miner. Oh, I've just closed my eyes again, climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train. Driver, take me away, my worries for today, and leave tomorrow behind. Do you know what song that is? Dreamweaver. It might not be. I fucked that up. Now, some people might think this is cruel. I don't. I love the guy. I think he's good. I want to meet him on a tube train. Before finding success in Hollywood, the incredible actor Peter Dinklage sold guitar picks. He was the king of plectrums. You better not be laughing because that would be wrong of you. I'm just drawing your attention for historical purposes, not on a reason. I've been a vegan for 6 months and I've never felt better. Taylor Swift. See, veganism's good for you, man. Put lead in your pencil. Does anyone know who this bunny girl is? Look into her eyes, Be mesmerized by her beauty and her dicky bow and her bazooms and her ears as well. Do you know who that is? Can anyone identify who this is?
It's furry.
No. Come on. Winners. All right, if you get this, you win something. You win my love, which you got anyway. Let me think of something more feasible. You win my admiration for you. No one? Is anyone guessing?
Carol Vorderman.
It's not Carol bloody Vorderman. We don't talk about Carol Vorderman on Flat Earth British. Thought everyone knew about that.
Shannon Tate.
No. Shannon Tate. No, she was a blonde.
Sophia Loren.
No, it's not Sophia Loren.
Debbie Harry.
It's Debbie
There
Harry.
you go.
Who said that?
That would be Curtis.
Curtis. Earn my max respect, my bro. That is Debbie Harry. Super Debbie Harry. Who was it, woman?
She started out as a Playboy.
She started out as a Playboy.
Really?
Yeah, man. She was way popular on the porn flickage. Steve Miller. Some call me the gangster of love. Rest of the Steve Miller band. Nobody calls him that. So, but you got to big yourself up anyway for anyone else to believe it. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scared of moose, scared of moose. Yeah, there's a lot of Queen flavour. I want this t-shirt. Jesus Moon. Yeah. I'm going to make a new religion, I am. It won't be a religion. It'll be a religionless religion. I'm going to make a cultless cult. Yeah. It's going to be new. And he will be our God. Jesus. And a Mary Chain. Iggy Poppins. One of my favourite. Why does his body look like his skin's been stretched over some solid object? He still takes his shirt off in his live gigs, Iggy Pop, and I wish he wouldn't. It's different for me. 'Cause I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I do not belong here. Radiohead donuts, always the tastiest. Bon Jovi, Living Without Hair. Living without hair. Take my ball patch, smooth it with your hand. Anyway. Come on, baby, light my shire. Unless you're into hobbity stuff, that will make no sense to you. Or the Doors, that will make no sense to you. And there's Vincent, a.k.a. Trumpsky III. Okay, that's been our images for the week. No, I haven't. We got some more. Bethlehem, 1880. Let's have a look at the birthplace of Jesus. Looks like these people got their hands behind their head and a guy standing behind them with a gun. Yes, they definitely got their hands on their head. And he's got, looks like he might be in trouble too. I'm not saying there's any executions going on the streets of Bethlehem that day, guys, but you know, you don't know, do you? Could easily happen. So look at these old fuckers. See these? These are what are called Chelsea pensioners. They're all over London. They dress in red. They're ancient as fuck. And they served in all wars. Or so they say. Here's a few of them here. He was in the Battle of Waterloo. Battle of Waterloo, guys. And he's still alive. He's not still alive now. That was a long time ago. This is confusing. It says that the Thames froze over in the 1880s. And it's got a picture of the Tower Bridge. Only the Tower Bridge wasn't built to the 1890s. So I'm a bit confused about this caption and the dating for this building. It's a lot of weirdness going on with it. I can't work it out just yet. So you get over tube train in the Victorian era. It was all very modern back then, look. Yeah, in London. Although they had wooden floors by the look of it. But the old tube trainage, same as nowadays. Endless fucking tunnels. And somebody playing a violin. Playing Creep by Radiohead, Victorian style. Here's New York, right? Or I think it's like the fish market or whatever, but they've got a nice Tartarian building there. But why is it that the encroaching city in the background is animation and looks fake as fuck? Or is it just me? This all looks real. This all looks fake. So I don't know why they would do that. Maybe they were just all smudgy in the background. Maybe it was foggy. So here's Gaudi, the famous Spanish architect. He's saying, so you smelling your finger? Where have your finger been? I smell my hand too. He's saying, he's Spanish, so I can't do Spanish people. Hey, amigo, why you smelling your finger? Where you put your hand? My finger slipped through the toilet paper. What's your hands? Anyway, I got a big field in the middle of the city. No buildings anywhere, just fields and fucking mud. And guess what I'm going to build? What? This big load of shit here? They buy it. This thing's stuck together. It's a poo stuck together. I'm gonna fuck you up. Here's Winston Churchill, Jesuit, plant, traitor to humanity. I much preferred Adolf Hitler. See, if you were voting in World War II, I know what I'd have voted for. Oh, here's a bit of naughtiness going on here. Look at this. See Lyndon Johnson there? Do you know what he's thinking? Do you want me to tell you what them eyes are thinking? You fucking twat, he's thinking. You fucking posh rich bastard. I'm going to take everything you got and blow your fucking brains out. And he's like, oh, I'm psychic. I can actually hear this conversation. That's what Eisenhower's doing. He's nodding off, actually. He's narcoleptic, is Eisenhower. Here's Henry. He feels bad because he dropped bombs on Japan. No. Oh, it's a sad old tale. I wonder what really happened. Probably the mob. And Lyndon Johnson. And it never happened anyway because it's all an act. But let's get some admiration for the First World War Germans and their effort to fight in gas. And the donkey, who looks reasonably happy concerning all of the bombs that are dropping all the time, machine gun fire. Donkeys of the First World War. Let's pay homage to them right now. Maybe say a prayer for them. No, there's no need to do that. So there it is, being built, 1893. And I'm thinking, how come it's there not built, but in earlier photographs it's there and they're saying it's built? It's confusing to me. They want to make their mind up with dating pictures. This is in Amsterdam. It's a nice little terrace, bit like a Dutch version of Kung Fu Hustle, where, 3666. Oh, I think this is an evil place. No, it might not be. So they all live happily together. They got a coffee shop on the corner and the beautiful sky, and everything is cushy in Amsterdam land. Thank God. It's got to be good somewhere. Oh, let's take a photograph. A lady who's standing. Oh, yes, we're going to have a photograph. World War II, just after, in Warsaw. Okay. And let's just pretend we're in a better place. While the city's not actually there at all. How we lie to ourselves. Right. A walk in Victorian France. Let's have a look what everyone's up to. Oh, it's a winter's day. Don't look too cold, though, does it? Nobody's got big coats on. They got sort of nice sidewalks. These dresses wouldn't work in the mud, would they? You'd be fucking traipsing around in cow shit all day in mud, wouldn't you? So they need... What's the stars I just spotted up on there? Oh, it's one of those things that we see everywhere. The energy capturers. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, as king, as Kaiser, I get best OG. Oh man, oh man, oh man. My soldiers look very good today. I may have a war at some stage if I can find somebody to play with me. Nobody wanted to play with Little Willie. Here is an actor that never starred in Life of Brian. George Harrison. He turns up on the set of Life of Brian and he looked very chic. I mean, shake. And he was in that movie. Wake me up before you go. See, in Britain, we say Van Gogh. So that doesn't work. Wake me up before you goff. Wake me up before you goff. That sounds rude, doesn't it? Especially with George Michael. I leave that to the imagination. Seen these? Muppet Head. Yeah? And gambling's for fools, and that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. Look at that. Death's Head Squadron acts. Lemmy in his epicness. The only real rock star that ever lived. The last real rock star. Lemmy Kilmeister. He killed a Meister. What wankers Led Zeppelin are. Do you realise they had a fucking fireplace in their private jet? Did they light the fireplace in the pressurized jet, do you think? And imagine having a jet and just flying off to wherever and landing. And they probably get to just hustle through security because they're Led Zeppelin. Carpets. Oh, it'd be brilliant having your own private jet, wouldn't it, guys? Oh my God. I'd have an awesome private jet, I would. Be so fucking fluffy. Fluffy walls everywhere. London, New York, Paris, Munich. Everybody's talking about pop music. Talk about pop music. Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. Champagne. Right. Look at this. Flint. Okay. During the U2 concert in Glasgow, Scotland, Bono asked the audience for total quiet. And being polite Scots people, they did. Then in the silence, he started to slowly clap his hands, once every few seconds. Holding the audience in total silence, he said into the microphone, "Every time I clap my hands, a child dies in Africa." From the front of the crowd, a broad Scottish accent pierced the quiet. "Well, fucking stop doing it then, you evil bastard." Innit? Problem solved. "Watch out, boy. She'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a damn beaver." And I mentioned beavers earlier. That should be the topic, overwhelming topic of this post. Beavers. Met a MILF last night. Oh, that looks like the lead singer of Aerosmith. Fucking hell. Coincidence? Near death metal? Yeah, it's one of my favorite genres. Not. So here's 3 falls. We got fall number 1, possibly the real one, possibly not. We got fall number 2, possibly Billy Shears, possibly not. We got the middle one, possibly Sir, whatever his name is, Paul McCartney. But between them all, I'm sure there's a real one there somewhere. Maybe if you merge the 3 of them, you'll get one real Paul McCartney. What do you say, guys? He's in a good mood these days. Yeah, no, what's he in good mood for? Wait till, well, he's not. They're not going to kill him like they did with T-Rex, are they? Anyway, here's my site. You can buy my books, you can donate, you can archive, and you can go and have a look what videos I've got going on. One of my channels is unfortunately disappeared, and they are deleting a video every day. Apparently, some of the stuff that I was saying in the past is not acceptable in the modern day. 2024, the year of our, I was going to say enslavement, but considering I'm saying that that's not a real thing, I don't think that's a good thing. Otto's here in chat. We love Otto. Otto, my brother, you're so awesome. We love you. We love Otto. We were dancing in the street in Houston with Otto. Dancing in the street. Having a good time, weren't we? In the Houston sunshine.
He said, "Yeah, bruh."
Yeah, brah.
Yeah.
What was that about with George Harrison? Howie D-Brow? George Harrison, something. Oh, yeah. Still, I can't argue with that. Attracts me like no other lover. But I tell you what, all George Harrison's songs are just brilliant. Are you right? Hello. Do you like mud? I do. I like to play with mud. I'm not allowed anything sharp. Howdy, George. Yeah, best songs ever. Andy Alvabilly. Ravens were ganging up on an owl just now and got away with it. Fucking Ravens, man, they're wankers. Yeah, all ganging up together. Seems to be the way of the world, though, Alvabilly. Maybe he should start getting some mates around himself, have a bit of a mate off. Yeah, like Jets and Sharks. Baldies and Warriors. Good analogies. Germany and Britain. No, I don't mean that, guys. I love you all, really. You know that. And I got a German name. And my father served for Adolf Hitler in World War II, so can't say much anyway. So just chucking that out there. So, Sheila Lewis. Dude looks like a lady. I wonder why he says that. I wonder why Shania Twain says, "Feel like a woman." Dun, 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 dun. What? I'm not casting aspersions or saying anything, YouTube, okay? It's called humorous. Okay? Funny bone. Bravo, Scottish man in the crowd. Christine, you know it. Yeah, he wasn't having none of it. He was like, oh, I came here, promised myself I wouldn't kill Bono. Maybe the Edge. In good Scottish mentality. Jonathan, good to see you. Or maybe that's just Cardiff, I don't know. Dallas Fowler. Hey, buddy. Had access to a jet. He was 10% owner. Yeah, so Flat Earth British, he's chucking it out there. See if I can get away with anything. I need good recording gear for epic vlogs. Okay, out and about. And if anyone's got a private jet hanging around and maybe a couple of 100 tons of compressed air to run it. Oh, Crypto Gator. Maria, good to see you. I like that song too. Oh, I love old George Harrison. My earliest memories of music actually is my mother had this like little gram radio, but a really bassy sound on it, and the guitar of My Sweet Lord. I used to sit on the floor and I'd be like that. Vibration just used to get me, and I still love that song more than anything. But George Harrison, yeah, he's my favorite Beatle. He's the only Beatle, isn't he? Fucking John Lennon gets all of the fucking goodies. He went all Krishna conscious though, didn't he? Sandal wearer, eating grass or whatever they do. Jesse, good to see you. Knock yourself out though, it's good. In Armageddon though, which is definitely coming, I wouldn't have such dietary, restrictions, because you probably go really hungry. It's good if you can go hunt for blackberries. We went blackberry picking today. Yeah, there are everywhere in Britain. Like there's 1 trillion blackberries all going to waste, rotting on trees, where we can make wine and eat them. Big blackberry cake thick pies. We grow grass outside. Why don't we grow crops? They won't let us, will they? But it would be better. Has tea been compromised? Oh no, Felina. Tea has not been compromised. Tea is very epic, especially Yorkshire tea. Although Yorkshire could be a Masonic connection with the old tea, I'm not going to stop drinking it. Yeah. The Illuminati work in mysterious ways. Smoking makes you look tough. No, if you live in a really damp environment like I do, with low pressure all the time and wankness out of the window. No, not that I'm bothered. I'm silver lining mine in it. I love it. Smoke, right, kills the mushrooms or the fungi. Yeah. Why did the mushroom go to the party? Because he was a fungi. The fungi that's in your chest is burnt out. I think that they were smoking. I think that's why Drake brought the cigarettes in, maybe because we were underground dwellers and we had damp air, so we were smoking to neutralize the fungus in our lungs. That's what I think. I'm invested. I'm 45 years in. I really love it. It's my favorite thing. Fill them lungs up. Smell those Tuareg fires. So, the Emperor has new clothes. First thing we do after reset is set up the first class tailors to make their clothes. Yeah, okay. We was looking at a bit of them. If you click that link with all them movies on there, there's ones of like London streets and that. Every single person's dressed in black. Every single person. It's like, and they're all like, good morning, because they're all mourning. I love donkeys, Chrissy, and you can get really little ones, and they're super loving. They're like bunny horses. They're like horses with bunny habits. They're absolutely the best things ever. Living in my own private Idaho. Idaho, Spudger. Good to see you. We love Idaho. We love anywhere. Today, we show appreciation for the people of this great world that we live in. And I was going to say I surrender, but I don't actually surrender. I was going to surrender to it all, but I don't. I'm not causing any resistance in it, because resistance would be futile. But I'm keeping my decisions reserved for now. Says Hugh.
Ooh, Otto loves the beef B-52s too.
Do you know what? The B-52s give me a feeling like no other band. I always get this same B-52s buzz when I'm listening to them. No other band does it like that to me. I think the B-52s, probably Radiohead, and a few others. You know, my favorite bands. ELO are brilliant. Love ELO. Neil Young. Other hippies too. I don't think Neil Young was a bad sellout, though. He seemed to be really all right, didn't he? Neil Young. He was like Tom Petty.
He didn't like it, but he had to deal with it.
Yeah, of course he did. He wouldn't have sold the records otherwise. Yeah. But I mean,
he didn't like it though.
He didn't like it. You can see it on their face. They got to do, you know, they're fucking bitches, aren't they? Once they're in the music industry, signs the papers, and then it's like, fucking, their lives not their own anymore. They make them do shit.
That's why I loved All Along the Watchtower.
All Along the Watchtower is the only record in history, I reckon, that was covered better by the original. Because the original was what? Robert Zimmerman.
And then Neil Young covered it way better.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, they all.
No, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, was much better than Neil Young's. Oh my God.
No, Neil Young's was much later.
Much later.
Much later.
All right. Well, if you're going to go All Along the Watchtower, I think Jimi Hendrix was the best version ever. Fuck that fucking Dylan.
Ooh, Neil Young was friends with Charlie Manson. He was a good dude, I think.
Neil Young was friends with Charlie Manson. So was Brian Wilson. He used to go and hang around with the family. It might be just a load of bad press. They might have just been a load of smokers doing sweet fuck all. Don't believe what you read in the papers. They say all sorts of stuff. But it did get rid of all of that weird hippie culty thing going on. Band of Gypsies, yes, better. Jonathan Sherman, man after my own heart. Yeah, my favorite album probably. Yeah, Band of Gypsies, without a doubt, man. Just I know that I got rid of that wanky bass player Redding who keeps moaning all of the time like a girl. Him, no offense to girls. Message of Love. Yeah. With the power of love, anything is possible. Machine Gun. Oh my God, that album is just the best. Spanish Castle Magic. Oh, King Kut. Oh man, I'm gonna want to play some Hendrix. No, I do. Fucking hell. I got fish on. See, it's a fish tank. I got a fish tank. I'm taking out tropical fishes. Sing it, Marty. Well, I'm Welsh and I got a song in my heart, you see, Otto. It's what we have. We have a song. We can sing a song in our heart. That's what us Welsh do. We're the friendliest, nicest nation on earth. Don't fuck with us. King Kush, Red House. There's a red house over yonder. So at the beginning, it's supposed to be a lion's roar. And they say it was a Black Panther's roar. And they said, oh, Jimi Hendrix, I think it's something to do with the Black Panther movement, you know. One of the reasons. Apparently joined the 27 Club, whatever. I don't know. I don't buy any of their deaths. You know, Jimi Hendrix, you know, dies inhalation and vomit in the back of an ambulance with 3 trained paramedics and they don't know to put him on his recovery position. I'm not even a trained paramedic. I know that much. Fucking stupid. So, yeah, he went the same way as Brian Jones. Only without the swimming pool. Hawkwind was astonishing. Sounds amazing. Yeah, I did catch a bit of Hawkwind at a tree fair in Lizard Point in Cornwall back in the day. They did an all-night set, man. Fuck me. That's some trippy shit right there. And then women dancers. Oh my God. Patsy on the roof, hit the crowd. Second floor, sniper hits. Yeah. John, you can join the movie. We're all in a movie. You do know that, don't you? Yeah. It's a good movie. Just can't wait to watch it when it comes out. Might even get to have a premiere. Might even fly us all out to the premiere. YouTube, Truther Movement, starring Marticus Farticus, or as I am today, because I've been to like a foreign country. That's not meant in a racist way. If you're not in Britain, all countries foreign, except for America, because they speak English. Matteo Fatio. See that there? Fucking connecting with my Portuguese roots. I could easily pass for a Portuguese person, me. Yeah. If I'd have kept my mouth shut and not talked at all, I probably would have got on all right. It's just, they're like, thought I was English. And you can't, you know, it's like, No, I'm Welsh. They don't mean shit to them. I can tell you now, they don't know anything. Considering they're map makers, their geographical knowledge is just saying. Canademi, are you again? What's going on? I think you were great because we were told so. They were all crap. Listen, it's a shit sucker ship, bro. Yeah, we don't even worry about that. Yeah, I joined club. Fuck it. Yeah, literally survived the last week. I'm like club 27. Survived the last week. Got home alive from the end of the earth. That was a fucking miracle in itself, was it not? Getting there was a miracle. What's that, worldwide ghosts? The alcohol volume in his bloodstream was less than it should be. Listen, do you know Bon Scott, aka God? Bon Scott, right? He's supposed to have drunk 40 measures of vodka. 40 measures of vodka. When I was at sea, I used to have that for fucking breakfast. He wouldn't have died. 40 measures of vodka. What's that, Mr. Obvious? Martin, we can crash with Logan. I know what beach he hangs out with. Logan. Which Logan's that?
Decode Your Reality.
Oh, Decode Your Reality. Yeah, I met him. Met him in San Diego. I thought he was on about Logan Paul then. It's like Logan Paul infiltrate the movement. It's like I think he's a bit busted for doing anything like that. The double shit. Gotta go. Christine. Nostalgic. Have a pleasant evening, everyone from Italy. Ciao, Bella. Ciao, Bella Bambino. Ciao. I said ciao, baby, then in Italian. See, I speak many languages. Yeah. So, let's good to see you. Yeah, I got to fuck off now because everyone else is going to be fucking off shortly anyway. There's stuff up. Lies, and the flies of their eyes. Immortal. They do. They tell lies. That's what I'm saying, yo. Yeah, he drowned. Fucking no shit. Ciao, Bella. Yeah, man. Gates, there's no such person. There's not even a real thing. You're never going to see him. He's not there. He's not real. None of it's real. The world's not real. Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. And then dreams I were having in Sagres were off the radar. They were amazing. Yeah, they were really good. Some precognitive stuff. Some stuff for you later on to look forward to. Dog Boy Malone, where have you been? 9 years on, you still look the same. Yeah, I know. I'm getting younger, I am. I opted out of reality, so I'm just like going to stay the same age now. So, long time no see, bro. It's an old truther from back in the day, OG truther from 10 years back. 9 years back. It is an illusion, but it is a very permanent one, as I've been Einstein chick once said. Yeah, it's good to be back here, P. I've missed the community. Make sure to share this out, peoples. And Captain Rankins, anything else? Good to see you, my bro. The comments are being chopped. Don't worry, it's YouTube's fucking with everybody at the moment. It's just whatever. It's what it is. Surviving 10 years on this is a miracle. We are one. We are the world. We are the people. We collect money of people to make ourselves rich. Logan, just a musclehead with short sleeves. He's okay. Yeah, leave him alone. I couldn't give a fuck anyway. It's his camera, isn't it? D. Hansen, crap, I missed it. Yeah, watch it from the beginning, D. Hansen, and then watch it again. Everybody watch it twice. It's valuable information in this. Okay, I don't know what that means, Ed. It's probably Cardiff talk. Okay, James, Iggy Pop looks like he's made of rubber. Yeah, what's going on with his body? It's really weird. But I like Iggy Pop. He's got a lust for life. The tube's getting flooded with movies lately. There's some goodies on there. I watched one called Zuzu the other day. It's a war film, German thing. Fuck me, it was good. Only a YouTube film, but it was like violence. It was amazing. It was amazing. Keep up the good work. I owe you, Martin. Well impressed with the work you've done. Well, I keep on going. Persistence is key, brother Malone. Persistence is key. Never giving up. Okay. And just carry on going. So, Alan Wilson can't eat Hendrix, Janis Joplin. or age 27. Yeah, I played Candide last night. I like Candide.
Can you shout out Barbados?
I can shout out Barbados. Of course I can. Who's that?
Inky Elves.
Inky? We love Barbados, Inky. If you've got a big house, can we come and live with you? Yeah, man. I'm dancing to all the reggae on the beach, drinking rum. Literally grow dreadlock, just the one. So just to fit in. Not that I fit in anywhere. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Everyone just buzz up. Why? Yeah. YouTube just sucks. But let's not concentrate on the bad thing. It's a flat place. Oh, good. Let's not concentrate on the bad things. Let's concentrate on the good things. That they gave us this medium to sneakily and surreptitiously do awesome truthage. There's always a way. There's means and ways. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry about all of the fucking YouTube things, guys. It's all sent to try us, isn't it? Don't worry. Oh, Barbados sounds really good. Oh, I'm feeling that sun on my back already. Check my tan out, guys. Look at me, all brown and tropically.
Oh, God.
There's Julia there. Met her in the week as well.
Yeah.
Focus on the good always. Yeah, man. Because if you give it the energy, where the tension goes, energy flows. You think about all that negative shit and all of that weird stuff that goes on. It's like because of the nature of consciousness, it brings it around, makes it sort of real. It's like the never-ending story. So if you think like really epic, fantastic things, they're going to happen. It's really good.
He said nice boobs.
Who's got nice boobs?
Mr. Obvious said you had nice boobs.
Thanks. Titties and beer. This is when you get down to the nitty-gritty of what is the meaning of life, Mr. Obvious. Titties and beer. Titties and beer. Titties and beer. Sorry?
He said they're better than Logan's boobs.
Logan's boobs. He's got mammalians. And he wears a training bra. So I've been told. That might not be true, though. Don't spread that wrong. Okay. Logan, don't wear a training bra. What's that? Yeah. My Chevy van is a good song. I don't know my Chevy van. I know I've got a brand new combine harvester. I'll give you the key. He don't have nice biceps, Mr. Obvious. He ain't got nothing. I got a fucking 6-pack on a 6-pack. He ain't got that. He's like all round because of all the burgers. Mate, you see him when he's 56 if he looks like me. Okay, I'm just saying. Fucking hell. Every battery needs a positive and a negative. Yeah, I do. It do. Yeah, but it's no point. I'm trying to like not be depressed because if you think about the clusterfuckery, it makes you nuts, and everyone's just going to go and spiral into insanity. So we can't do that, can we? So we've got to be, logical about it all. So the best thing to do is realize, oh yeah, it's Armageddon, and let's have a giggle. Does that make sense? Fuck yeah. The world can't be any weirder, so don't worry about me. That's for fucking sure. What was that about titties, Alva Billy? He's a man after my own heart. Love Alva Billy. Okay. If it has tits or tires, it's trouble. Uh-oh. I wouldn't go there, Alva Billy, if I were you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are you talking about, Alva Billy? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
I've never had a trouble with a woman in my life.
Well, but you're gonna.
I'm gonna. I just plead the fifth in everything. Okay, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. They made me do it. I wasn't there. I wasn't born. Keith Moon played his song while playing, keeping time with the band. He was the music, Michael Amber. And they followed him. He was so cool. Anyway, I'm going to fuck off and do some stuff. Make a cup of coffee. Be really nice. And maybe some sushi. I got iron around there in the fridge, which is dead sea creatures. Yummy. And they haven't got teeth in them. All those rags, not enough pads, says Scorpio Mars. Okay. So, be calm, be epic, okay? And keep enjoying Flat Earth British. Spread the news. that there's a place that you can go, okay, where we always look on the bright side of death. Do-do, 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 before you draw your last terminal breath. Do-do, do-do, do-do. See, death might be epic. You don't know. It might be horny. Yeah, you don't know, Cher. You haven't done it. You might get all like nice sensations. It's like, oh, fucking hell, this feels nice. See? Silver liner miner it. Yeah? You've been scared all your life thinking, fucking hell, that's going to hurt. It might not. It might be nice. Something to look forward to, innit? There's always that, guys. Silver liner miner it. See how we won there? Yeah? We come out of this last 2 hours feeling better, feeling we've learned something. I've learned that I think that they talk a lot of bollocks and it all seems narrative. It really does seem like movie sets, all of it. Seems they've been doing some sort of Westworld thing going on, yeah. And it's just narratives with piss poor evidence that they say is reality, which is not enough for me. I like direct evidence. Because if this was a court case, they would have lost it ages ago. Thank you, Marianne. Have a great day. Death is the only truth. Yeah, man. Don't fear the reaper. Let's be like the birds in the trees.
Immortal wants to see more pictures of you on the beach.
More pictures of me on a beach. Yeah. I have got some, but I'm going to share some stuff Saturday, okay? I got stuff to share and a Starfort thing as well, which has got to be, I guess, I have to narrate with it, cut the sound down on there. Got a love off Share for Share Bear off our Otto.
Much love, Martin and Share. It's so sweet.
Martin, do I think that the end of the world is near? No, the world doesn't end. Maybe you want to ask a different question. Do I think that loads and loads of people could possibly die? Well, yeah, they usually do. That's what reset does, and it keeps happening over and over. But I wouldn't worry about it too much because basically your consciousness and your soul will be out of the body, but you'll be born back anyway in no time at all. And it won't sting. It won't sting at all. And like I said, it might be nice. What's that, Paul? Good to see you, my friend. I agree. It's a giant movie, the energy center to drain the masses and keep them in fear. It's all bread and circuses. It is exactly right. It's just all bollocks. It is a movie.
Keep laughing at it.
Keep laughing. So it's the only defense we got, guys. If we submit to this and what we're all under right now, and I can appreciate that everyone has got it tough, right? I know everyone has, and everyone's struggling. You know, when I was growing up, it was a really caring, sharing place. Where I live is still quite sharing and caring, actually. But now nobody trusts one another. Everyone's holding on to what they got. And all of that love and sharing community thing is just not there anymore, which is sad. It's a great shame. I don't know if we'll ever get it back as peoples. But that's where they got us, you know. And it's all of these Hegelian dialectics, you know, peoples against peoples. When they invented borders, when there's no borders really, they're invisible lines on a map, guys. It was really, you know, consciousness is all of us, all in it together. And the thoughts you put out there, they really do go out there, guys. If you're thinking about people, they'll know. Mm-hmm. And if you're hating on anything, they'll know. And it will bounce back. And sometimes it can bounce back bigger. It will augment and come back bigger, tenfold in some cases. So it's best to not think anything like that. Just do you, boo. Don't worry about what they tell you the world is. Yeah? Because they're lying. And they're lying about what we are. We are much, much more. Promise you that. Anyway, I got to go. Thanks for being there. And thanks for being epic. And thank you, Portugal. It was a lovely visit. Oh, there you are. Somebody there in Portugal as well. Yeah, beautiful place. Very stunning. Blue sea. No complaints about that. No complaints about any of it, really, because I wouldn't. The hardest thing to get. Oh, what is oh, excuse me, dog boy saying. The hardest thing to get one word and the easiest to lose is trust. Well, that's humanity. You know, it's not a good survival technique is to not being able to trust anything, because in smaller communities, when we were, you know, smaller duchies before, self-governing duchies, people were relying on one another. And asked neighboring villages if the grain run low that year or something, they would help out. And that's how we are. And they take that away from us, you know. It's fucked up.
Only if we let them.
Only if we let them. So just hang on to who we are, isn't it? Raina's in the chat.
Yep, she showed up.
Much love to you, Raina, darling. Raina Lusted in the chat.
She must be sleeping.
Oh, if you nod off during a Flat Earth British vlog, no biggie. Brazil has just decriminalized Mary Jane. Did you know Uruguay was the first country in the world to legalize it? Uruguay. I know it sounds like you are gay, doesn't it? But it's not. It's Uruguay. D'Angelo, my bro, good to see you, man. I was thinking, so the weather's going to get nice. We're going to trust your intuition. It's my best skill in this, Bob. It's my, it's not a skill, is it? It's my intuition. It doesn't help in a lot, but I can gauge what's going on with people. They are.
Oh my God.
What?
Mr. Obvious.
What's he saying? Mister, stay
gonna-
out, Martin. Get your girlfriend pregnant. Love to you too. I'm not sure about that, mate. I'm getting on a bit. There's my bro there from Portugal. Man is not born to work. He is born to create and to be a poet on the loose. Oh, couldn't agree more. That's what we're supposed to do. What our consciousness is good at. Not their bullshit. Fucking slaving for them. Whatever. All of us singing our own beautiful songs, creating a new reality, says Dee Hansen. That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for that. That is so true. And that's what we should be doing.
Yep.
Singing in our hearts, not letting it get to us. Yeah. Sucky years. It's icky buzzes. I get it. I'm there, guys, with you. I know. But that's not the way to win, is give in to it. We have to stay positive. We have to get through this. Yeah, I met you at the Perceive Bar. Well-named place with a beautiful ocean view in the center of Sagres. This gentleman here, Dio, he came over from one of the next towns over, Lagos, which apparently got completely destroyed in the earthquake and tsunami of 1755, but I doubt it. But the whole place looks like something ransacked. There's not even a new building in Sagres, or not even an old building, all new. Something definitely happened. Good to see you, Romanian Bear. So yeah, epic adventures to continue. Work on that private jet. There are traps everywhere. Well, it's stacked against us when we arrive in this place. You know, I don't know where I heard somebody. I think it was Perceiver, Joel saying that.
To learn from.
Yeah, they tested a load of children under 5 or something, and 95% of them were genius level. And then it's downhill from there with the indoctrination program, dragging you away from your parents, dragging you away from just. We got a lot of way to come back. You know, we got a long way back, but we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Imagine when we actually become ourselves, the magical things we can do. We really need to be able to police our minds, though, because we could, like, literally in a bad mood create a right clusterfuck. And that's the truth. Really got to keep it. Careful what you wish for. You may get more than you banked on. Thank you for putting that up, Hippie Shake. Donate to Martin. Be awesome. Mr. Oblivious, Death has been stalking me since I got there. Since I got here. Yeah, and me too. While wisdom has always been chasing me, I have run faster. Yeah, it's all criminal. Anyway, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Peace and love to you all. I'll go and have a look at YouTube stuff. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will be back hopefully very soon on the weekend to do flat a day things. Make sure to share this out. 200 of you in the chat. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you. Someone asked, no, this is going to be good. Someone asked me, there's a buzzsaw just started right by there. Okay. Someone asked me if I got rich, what would I do about all of the begging letters? Keep sending them, of course. Fucking in it. Fucking hell. You always got to have a backup plan, bro. Yes, realists. Well, Jolly Man, I'm sorry about that, bro. Much love to you. Sure, brilliant. Thank you. Much love to you too. And Joke OTS. Much love to you, lady. And our Hippie Shake. Teresa, and Dogboy Malone, who's still about. Awesome. Good to see you, my friend. After all these years, remember you well. Smoke them if you got them, and get your family. Martin, I will. Thank you, Mr. Obvious, for being epic as well. And a Diffie and here, Ed. Nice one. Lost that, Eddie. Mate. Yeah. I gave money to charity once, also other prostitutes. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh, I need a cup of tea, Adam. I gotta go. See you later. Stay epic, and hopefully this helps.